Hello and welcome!
Hello.
We are Small and Mighty, and today we're going to be playing some very close-up D&D.
Yes.
Now in portrait.
Yeah. Everybody turn to the side.
It's a very important thing.
There's a weird energy in the group. I hope you can tell.
It's fine now.
Will keeps disappearing to the shadows as well, so
Seems
if you lean
appropriate for Chad.
back far. Yeah, it does seem appropriate for Chad. You're right.
How do I get rid of?
Yeah, they're there. If you lean back, like you go dark. Oh no. Oh,
Yeah,
there.
Oh.
When you're doing like
But-
sneaky vampire
it
thing.
is amazing. Like
Oh.
you know, like big bad boss of the evil organization. You lean back far enough, you go in the shadows.
Like Giovanni.
Yeah. Wait for it.
Oh, that
There
bit-
it goes.
That bit from Ugly Betty where they're looking around an office at night and someone spins around in the chair and turns the lights on. They go, "Whoa!" Because I waited 3 hours to do that.
Yes.
Exactly like that.
Big energy in that.
Welcome to the stream, everyone.
Hiya.
Yeah.
Yes, as you can tell, we're in a very silly mood, but we are all very excited to play. So, as always, the plan is we'll play for about 2-3 hours, have a break about an hour in. But you know the drill. This is improv. This is D&D. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? So don't hold us too specifically to any particular times. We have a D&D Beyond overlay. It's on one of these sides. I say every week that I'm going to find out which side it is, and I never do. So one of the sides has a D&D Beyond overlay. You can look at it. You can see HPs and do that like that. Very nice. Verity, you have the inspiration token this week.
Oh
yeah.
my.
So, as always, you can use that on any d20 roll. You can use it after the roll, and you get an automatic natural 20. That's attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. So,
Hooray!
have fun with that.
I'll
Good. That's what we're all here for. Try and have fun, and not worry about any terrible things that happened last session. Speaking of last session, let's move on to our questions.
Yay.
Our recap questions. They're my favourite part of the entire stream. That's not true.
Oh, thank you.
So, last session, you were approaching the Dalewind with the intent to obviously drop off your troll, as you do with kids at school.
Yeah.
As you're approaching the Dalewind, you are suddenly pulled towards the forest rapidly. By what force were you pulled towards it?
Oh.
John, right? Who wasn't even here last session?
Wolf, son.
Whoa, y'all! Yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
Ah.
What I like about this, it sounds like Ryan did his homework, but that's not true because I told him before we started streaming.
Ah.
what happened.
Was it really
remember-
Woyof though? Was it really?
Well, Wolf was the one who was pulling your car at
Yes.
the time when she started sprinting towards the
Yes.
forest. But you are right in that it wasn't entirely Wolf's intention. But anyway, inside the forest, as you entered in the forest, pulled its past, you found the forest shifted around you to close off pathways as you travelled them. But you were brought into a large clearing where you met a large, imposing what?
Oh,
Go on, Will.
ding! A big tree person.
Yes. Yes,
Big,
this
big
massive...
female-coded tree
Yes.
person.
Yes, this sort of feminine formed tree person standing maybe like 10 or 11 foot tall. And just sort of emerged out of this wall full of brambles and thorns and started questioning you, asking if you had any intention to harm the forest, why you felt you had the rights to bring a new predator into the forest.
Yeah, which is like, okay, if Woyolf was possessed, well, anyway. Why then she is questioning? Okay. Sorry. Conclusions.
That's right.
Conclusions I draw.
She had other motives.
Complicated motives.
Dun, 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 dun.
But the party were, through various means, quickly split into two groups. Who was in each of those groups?
I got this. I
Go
think.
on, Sarah.
There was Chad and Brask, kind of.
Oh yeah.
And then there was Tali, Christina, and Pebble, and the donkey,
And Spud.
Oh,
and
the-
Spud.
That is
Oh,
true.
Spud.
Yes.
So good.
And while you were split up, many of you heard voices inside your head questioning you about your morality and certain actions you had taken. Pebble heard the voice of a surprisingly unfamiliar childlike voice asking if it was fair that he was suffering with this band around his arm that was tightening his arm for someone else's neglect, essentially. Christina, you had a voice of your grandmother in your ear questioning about why you were learning magic and was your intent to become more powerful to destroy enemies and etc. Chad, you heard the voice of your father. But what was it about the voice of your father that gave them away to you as not being real?
I mean, I can answer this, but that's kind of cheating, isn't it?
Yeah, no. Let's see if someone else can do it.
Ding ding ding.
Go on,
I think it was the fact, but I'm not actually entirely sure, but I think it was the fact that Chad had never told his dad. I mean, oh no. No, I was gonna say the vampire thing, but no, it was the fact that Chad referred to the Chad's father referred to the rest of the party as friends or something like that. This is like
kind of realms.
I thought it was more like his attitude, like he was saying, you should share knowledge with people, and that's not something that Chad's dad would do ever.
Yes,
Because why would you when you could hoard it all?
Yeah, more or less. This voice of Chad's father was promoting teamwork instead of standing by oneself, which is very unlike Chad's actual father. However, the message did get into Chad's head, and ultimately you did end up telling everyone about your affliction at the end of the session.
Neat.
But yes, and at the end of the trial, you awoke outside the forest as if you had woken from a dream and had a lovely night's rest. But the forest gave you a reward of sorts. What was that reward? Go on, Will.
The blessing of the Dalewind.
Blessing of the Dalewind. Yes. That's something I've applied to all your characters already. Quite simply, you have a +2 to your Constitution score for the next 7 days, which gives you a buff to your HP, which is lovely.
Yeah, we
You
are.
feel a little hearty, and you feel accomplished, and knowing that you have done a good deed.
You're very smug.
Blessed.
Oh, I imagine Chad is 100% smug that some forest god has blessed him.
Oh god, yeah.
You know,
It's gonna be
it happens, yeah. When
all in the day's work for Chad Renethius.
When one lives a life that leads the kind of life that one leads, then these things happen.
And the last question I have for you is, as we ended the session, we ended on a little cutaway scene for the players' benefits. The characters do not know this. What happened in this cutaway scene?
Dong.
Go on, Unai.
Someone screamed something. It's like, you go to the city and then to our headquarters, and suddenly there was our boss's, like Burchard's voice saying like, "Oh no," and all that.
That was a perfect impression.
Perfect impression of the Burchard, yeah. More or less, yes. So we saw basically the camera, as it were, zooming down on Dowbridge, zooming into the Five Fellows, where you saw the door had been kicked off its hinges. You heard the sound of scuffling and fighting within, and the last thing you heard was Burchard shouting, "Helga, no!" And that's where it ended.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Classic Helga.
Classic Helga.
Classic Helga.
Always knew she was wrong. And
Classic Hufflepuff.
so, yeah, that's where we pick up with the party. None the wiser of events happening elsewhere. So you've awoken from this beautiful night's sleep in this completely well-formed campsite. I think Pebble, Tali, and Christina are still tied to each other with some ribbon, so they don't get lost in the forest. But yeah, what do you want to do?
Chad's gonna sort of look around, but yeah, well, mission accomplished. I guess that all went pretty smoothly. I feel great, and yeah, actually, I feel like there's some kind of does the blessing of the Dalewind feel like have a feel to it at all?
Yeah, I guess it's not like you have anything on you or anything. Like, it is just, you just have this great feeling of accomplishment. It's almost like warming feeling within you that you have done a good deed, and it very much like, kind of use the phrase, woke up on the right side of bed. You just feel amazing today. Like, oh, I feel like I can take on the world. It's very much that kind of thing.
Chad is very much going to be like channeling Tobey Maguire at the start of Spider-Man 3. It's like, yeah, I really feel like everything really went well, and we've grown closer, and yeah, just we did really good, guys, and I'm just really chuffed. Yeah.
Nice.
How did we? Does anybody know how we fell asleep?
I'm not going to question it. I feel like I needed that sleep after all we've been through. I'm just rolling with it. I don't think we should question it too much.
It's also worth mentioning with the sleep is you feel completely rested, and looking at the sort of time of day, it does look to be fairly early morning, and it kind of the time doesn't add up. Where you were when you entered the forest, it was quite like early morning as well, like 2, 3ish in the morning. You feel incredibly rested for how little time seems to have passed.
Yeah.
Sus.
Should we see if we can find today's newspaper?
Yeah.
What year is this?
Does Starling have any idea about like herself how they might have fallen asleep? Because it's kind of important to her.
Sure. You can roll me an Arcana check.
Yeah, let's do that.
Arcanization check.
14.
14. You know that
Because it was seamless. Like we haven't lost. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that Fey beings are powerful users of magic. And you will think it is something to do with magic. It's possible to the fact that maybe you never actually even entered the forest. Maybe you fell asleep out on the outside. There are unknown ways in which the Fey work, but they are mysterious creatures that have very powerful magic. But yeah, when you were in the forest, you detect magic. You found that was a sort of a illusion, enchantment effect going on.
Yeah.
It's possible it was actually all an image that was projected into your dreams. And perhaps you were put to sleep actually some point along the way, and maybe you might have never even entered the actual forest. Is your thought? Or maybe you entered the forest and were quickly ejected from it. It's really hard to know.
Okay.
The magic of Fae, especially the thing you met, the giant dryad thing, seemed to be a very powerful practitioner of magic. But even that, you're not sure of. Like that could have been a projection. Like that creature may not have even existed.
Interesting.
That could have been a manifestation of something. An avatar or something almost.
Yeah.
There was that. Tali did the detect magic on the clearing, and it was all magic, wasn't it?
It was all very
magic.
enchantment and illusion magic.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt like the forest wasn't real, which it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Cool.
It's gonna be like actually doing the rounds of the camp over and over, partly trying to keep an eye out on anything, and but mostly just to sort of get his bearings in terms of figure out the sort of the kind of geography of where they are. He's sort of stomping around the edge of the camp, it's like sniffing at the air, like analyzing like the tree bark to see if it's like if you can tell which side the sun has been growing on and that sort of stuff.
Okay. Roll me a survival check.
Okay.
Big old 22.
Wow.
22, excellent. Yeah, so like looking around and kind of figuring out like your location, you quite quickly come to the realization that you are on the side of the forest where you essentially entered the forest. Again, you're not quite sure, well, if you did or didn't, but definitely you are on the south side of the forest, which is where you are approaching it from. So it hasn't been like you've been shunted to the other side of the forest. You also come quite aware that this is still the same forest. It's not like you've been teleported somewhere else. Yeah, you can even when you're looking around, you can even see the tracks of your own cart sort of leading up to this little encampment you've got.
We still have the cart, right?
You still have the cart, and you still have Jennifer.
Okay.
Good.
Also, the three who are together, so Pebble, Christina, and Tali. You also will very distinctly remember, especially Christina and Tali, that while you were in the forest, both Jennifer and Pebble, Spud could speak to you.
Yeah.
You understood what they were saying.
I remember this. speaking of Genevieve, she's gonna try to apologize basically. Like, look, Genevieve, like I'm sorry. I was losing myself in there. There were these like magical voices inside me, just making me doubt everything. I wasn't seeing. You know, I was riddled in fear, and I just like projected. And I'm so sorry. I mean, are you okay? How do you feel now?
Roll me a persuasion or handling check.
Well,
See if you can get
that
back
would
on
be
Genevieve's good terms or not.
either, because I'm equally proficient on both.
Fair enough.
And
10. So as you kind of approach Genevieve, you can see that Genevieve is still very apprehensive of you. Obviously, you did upset Genevieve. It was actually before the forest. It was actually when you were sort of like, people die, whatever.
But I made it worse in the forest, didn't I? As well.
I don't think you did.
I think he did try and again try to comfort her, and then continued to make it worse by saying like, "There's danger everywhere."
Yes.
Yeah, but I wasn't meaning it like that. I was meaning like there's,
yeah.
She's a donkey though. She doesn't understand.
Here's the thing, Unite. As players, I think we understand what you're trying to do. However, as a donkey, she does not understand.
Fair enough.
She has an intelligence of like 3 or something. She doesn't quite get what you're saying. Just because they can talk in human rings, they don't have human levels of intelligence. As you try and approach, you see Genevieve just sort of backs away from you, and it doesn't even respond to you at the moment. And actually, she backs away from you and heads over towards Tarly.
I mean, Tarly was. It's okay, Genevieve. Genevieve, can you talk? Oh, okay.
What do I hear?
I know that's a goat noise, but imagine it's a donkey noise.
Sorry.
I realized it's the wrong animal.
What does Pebble hear when?
You hear Jennifer go, yes.
Is Pebble confused, or does Pebble know that he is? Oh, I think this discussion we've already had. Does Pebble know that he's casting it, or he's?
That you have a spell active.
Pebble controls the ability. You can turn it on and off when you want.
Okay.
You have intentionally turned it off for Genevieve before, so you are conscious of the fact that it's an ability you can use.
Okay, so I would assume that when Tali asked her, I would turn it off just to prove. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Sure. However, Pebble, while you are sitting there looking at this conversation, you do hear a voice in your head, or in your ear, I suppose. What did you do to that donkey? Why doesn't it like you? You hear again that young, childlike voice inside your head.
Pebble is gonna try to think. Who are you? To not make the situation awkward.
Okay.
And see.
You're gonna try and respond in your head.
Yeah, and see if I get a response.
Okay.
Even
so you respond. Who are you? The voice does respond. You don't remember me, do you? Oh, the forest helped you remember parts of it, but it's not all there, is it? You don't remember my name, do you?
Can I roll something, or is this
What are you trying to get?
Do we want to
Yeah, you can roll something, but you gotta let me know what you want to roll.
What do you want to know?
Are you gonna try and remember something, or do you want to try and?
Yeah, is there a memory check?
That'd be a history check.
Okay. 20.
20.
Not natural. Not natural.
No, it's fine. Still a great roll though. It had there is something about this voice that sounds familiar to you. You're certain you've heard this voice before, not just in the forest, but maybe when you were young, maybe when you were a child. You have this very faint, foggy memory of maybe a best friend. But why can't you remember them? Why can't you remember a face or a name if they were your best friend? And there's something odd. There is this sort of almost like a shard of a memory, but the rest is missing.
Okay. Okay.
You used to spend so much time together, then... Oh, I don't know what happened. It all went away.
And Pebble says to his mind, like, what? You seem... I mean... You seem like you loved and understood me, but in the forest you challenged me, and now you're trying to stick up your nose on matters that don't matter to you.
No, that wasn't me in the forest. The forest, it finds memories, it takes stuff, and it brought me back to you. It unlocked something in your mind, and now you remember a piece of me.
Bevel's gonna, just in case, Bevel's just gonna look at his hand with the third eye to see if he can see it. I mean, is the third eye still there? He's gonna just have a little feel.
Yeah, you sort of poke around and you accidentally poke yourself in the third eye and it suddenly hurts.
I'm gonna ask,
there is definitely a third eye still there.
Bevel's asking, definitely is asking the voice, do you think this is the reason why this is happening?
Oh, well, maybe. Things like this did happen to you before. They used to happen all the time. Then it stopped.
It stopped. No, it's like my I mean, let's go a little bit meta. My wild magic has never stopped, so let's go back into
No, but it did start at one point. If Unai remembers, you didn't have it forever.
No, yeah, I know.
The incident.
I know. That's why I wrote what I wrote in our little private chat.
Yeah, that's fine. But no, it didn't stop at one point. You're right. There was a point when it started.
I feel like the same as Chad, sort of like opened up. Maybe the forest wanted me to open up as well, but okay.
The rest of you guys can see that Pebble is kind of
weird.
It's kind of almost like walking in circles a little bit, and I guess maybe like gesticulating to himself, but not actually saying anything. He seems deep in thought about something, and maybe kind of frustrated as well, I imagine.
Before we do anything else, Adam, what was the first question that you asked in the voice's name?
The voice asked, "What did you do to that donkey?" Why doesn't it like you?
Okay. So it's like, all right, they are not sticking up their nose on matters that don't matter to them. It's fine. It's visible. I can explain in my brain. Like, I'm not gonna. I'm basically gonna openly remember how my conversation with the donkey started to go south, so that they have like context.
Yeah, so you kind of just like replay the memory back in your head. Oh, that's a shame. You were just trying to help. Why would she think that of you? You were just trying to help, Genity. That's not fair. I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's fine. It'll be all right. I will roll high enough. No, I don't say that. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, you all see Pebble sort of like walking around, having this moment to himself.
Chad is gonna approach Pebble.
While you're approaching Pebble, by the way, Chad, you do see that band on Pebble's arm. It clearly is getting tighter. You can see that Pebble's arm above the band is starting to go, and it's kind of deep purplish color now. It clearly looks bad. The only reason why Pebble is in agony is because Pebble's distracted himself right now by a voice in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, usual. As
you do.
Yeah.
Chad's gonna approach Pebble and be like, hi, Pebble. I can see you're distracted. Just, don't worry. I know that I'm. I said that I'm cursed, and there's this whole thing going on. But you don't need to worry about it. You're perfectly safe, and everything's fine, and we're friends now, and that's sort of you just I can see that it's clearly weighing on you. You just don't need to worry. All good, all good.
And
Okay.
Pearl's gonna have like an impulse. It's like, chat, it's not. Thank you, because I know how much this matters to chat. So I was like, I'm gonna be like, thank you. And yeah.
You know what?
And
You're welcome. Friends look out for each other, and I just wanted to make sure that you're okay, and that what I said last night wasn't. You don't need to worry. Good. Hang in there.
Also, I imagine this conversation is weird for anyone who is an outside observer, not that there are any, but you've got a man who looks completely normal talking to a man with 3 eyes going, don't worry about my curse.
Yes.
You've nothing to worry about
Right.
to the 3-eyed man.
Yeah.
So while this is happening, Tali just want to go and chat with Brask. Like just kind of walk up to Brask, I guess, who's pacing the camp or whatever. Brask, you know the woods, right? Like you know things about the forest, right?
Yes.
Do you know if there are any kind of plants that promote like pain relief? Could you find some? Because Pebble might be quite in quite a lot of pain with his arm, so if we could make that less painful, that would be nice.
I was always taught to live with pain, not to remove it. I should probably roll here, right? See if I actually do know anything.
So you can roll me, I'll let you nature or survival check.
We'll go survival.
Because yes, although your culture is like live with the pain, you still might know how to deal with it.
Yeah,
because of survival.
I got a 19, so...
19, okay.
Wow.
You would know of some... It's kind of like mild toxins or poisons, actually, that would kind of numb certain parts. Like if you were to put like a certain like nettle or something, if you were to touch your skin to it, it'd actually numb it.
Yeah.
You'd be aware of that, and you'd probably be able to find it nearby here if you weren't searching.
Yeah. I am taught to live with pain. And Brask's gonna sort of look over at Pebble, look at his sad-looking red eye that he's just poked. That's why it's red, but it looks like he's just been crying or something.
Aww.
Purple arm.
Yeah.
And Brask is just gonna take a beat.
However. Sorry.
And just go, I'll be back. And start stomping off into the woods to look
Thank
for
you, Brask. Thank you.
I'll have you roll me another survival check to go find
Brask.
the plant in question.
Yes.
And while you're at it, actually, while you're kind of contemplating, what did you get?
6.
6. Okay.
Hmm.
Let me think on that for a second.
He's a bookworm. He's not good at the practical part of it.
Yeah, I mean these aren't your forests. You're from the swamp.
Can we play it as Brask finds the plant, but he's not sure about the quantity to apply?
Oh no. Brask finds the plant that he thinks is the right plant.
As well?
Mm.
Yes.
You find some nettles.
Brask
These
is-
look about right. They're kind of
This is literally Shrek, where it's like blue flower, red thorns,
Yeah.
blue flower, red thorns. This would be so much easier if I wasn't colorblind.
quite literally because you are colorblind as well.
Oh, exactly.
You do find some nettles, and they have a little flower growing on them. You're like, that's probably blue. That's fine. So you grab these nettles. You start heading back. Just while you're heading back, just for fun, while you're sort of contemplating the visage that Pebble has now with the third eye and etc. Roll me a nature check and see if you recognize what.
Nature?
Nature.
Wow.
I got a big old 4.
4. No, don't worry. It's a weird eye. The eye is weird. It's not a human eye. It's weird. Sorry, they're not a lizard eye either. So whatever. But yes, you return with these nettles.
I guess I kind of know what to do with them innately.
Yeah. So
So
what
it'd be
do
like
you
a
do with
sort
them,
of-
Brask? Tell me, what do you
Be
do?
like
Probably.
On his arm, Brask. The
Excellent.
arm's the problem, by the Brask. The arm is the thing that might be quite painful.
Oscar's just gonna kind of grunt and raise a claw. Whatever.
Powell started.
It's totally like peering
Like
over your
a-
shoulder, like.
I guess he'll like use his claws to sort of grind up the leaves of the nettle as much as possible, mix it
Yeah.
with like a bit of water,
Resourceful.
make a kind of paste almost out of it, and then begrudgingly stomp over to Pebble, pick his arm up for him, and just start like slapping it on.
It is very strange when this happens, Pebble, because
Uh,
the arm is... You are also losing feeling in the arm already. So there is this kind of strangely, slightly dull feeling as this kind of cool
Are you-
paste is being sort of slathered onto your arm.
Brask, are you sure this is gonna work? Hmm.
Your arm starts getting very hot, Pebble.
Uh-oh.
Brask, are you sure this is gonna work? Brask, are you sure?
Pebble, are you okay?
Hot.
Is Chad still stood next to Pebble while this is happening?
Yeah, I mean, you're all in the same sort of campsite.
In a little
you're good
cluster,
enough.
yeah.
Can I roll? Not because I think Chad would have any insight into this. Can Chad roll a nature check just to see?
Yeah,
if
go for it. Do a nature check.
he realizes? That's somehow a 13.
Wow.
13, okay.
That's weird.
What are you trying to get out of this?
If
You're trying to work
see-
out if this is helpful or not.
Yeah, seeing if Chad has recognized this. Maybe this is like a someone on his estate. If he has any reason to recognize this particular plant's effects. But I imagine not. I'm not expecting that he would.
I think for Chad, it's less about knowing a specific plant. It's more just you look at this going, this can't be a good idea. Like you're a man of refined taste and actual medicine, and there's no way this natural remedy is going to be doing any good. Pebble, you are just like ow, 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 it's starting to hurt. Like where your arm was feeling numb before, is now you feel a lot.
I blow on it.
Can you
but-
roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Jesus. Okay.
As a mad Chad is like grinding his teeth, like ooh.
10.
10. Okay,
Thought you said this was gonna help.
you roll a 10. So
Must need more.
this
Oh,
pain,
no, hang on, no more for now.
this
Just
pain builds for a while, Pebble, and then almost seems to hit almost like a threshold, where it suddenly just stops,
Okay.
and the arm goes almost entirely numb.
Can I?
However, you have also now got the poison condition.
I'm gonna
hang on.
pinch. I'm gonna pinch myself. Do I feel anything?
Nope, you feel nothing.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Completely gone now.
How do I poison myself?
I've done it for you, so just refresh your page.
Oh right.
But all it means is you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack
That's
rolls
fine.
for the duration.
Oh,
but you don't know what that is.
Does it not go? Does my life not go down or anything by the minute or anything like that?
Does your what
No.
go down? No.
Oh right. Yeah,
You're
that's
You
good
are
then.
you no
I'm okay with
it's,
that.
it's not like a Pokemon poison. No, the poison
Good,
condition is
every step.
it's more
Yeah, I was thinking.
no, it's more like being drunk essentially. So but you do watch as Pebble starts to get a bit woozy.
Nice.
Can Tali roll is like a medicine check
Yes, please.
because I do have something that could fix this.
Yes, you absolutely can roll it.
If hang on. If Tali realizes medicine check, that's
Do you, as you roll, Brask is looking around. He's like, "Pain is gone."
It is.
You are.
That's a
I mean,
5.
So like Tali, while Brass is going like telling you the pain is gone, you're like pinching Pebble's arm, like, can you feel this? And Pebble's probably like, no.
Well,
As far as you can tell, it maybe it just took a while to kick in, but there.
all
You're
three
fine.
eyes are now like cross-eyed.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah.
I got 5.
Yeah,
So-
you got 5. Yes. You come to the same conclusion that it's clearly
I
working.
guess it's working.
There maybe is more to it than you were hoping, but it is
Pebble,
working.
just let me know if it gets worse or you feel weird in any way.
I hear voices in your head, that sort of thing.
Just
I feel
anything
weird.
out of the ordinary.
Uh,
I can check you over again, okay?
I'm gonna, because Pebble is weirded. I'm just gonna grab with my good hand. I'm just gonna grab Tally's
Steady yourself.
grab Tally's shoulder and go like, I still hear the voice.
Pebble, what voice?
Didn't you hear a voice in the forest?
No. Oh, but Christina didn't. I guess you did too, right? Okay, but wait, hang on.
But now it's the voice here. It is. It's here. Oh, it's here.
Chad's about. You heard my father's voice too.
No.
Oscar's just gonna cut what's left on his hand of the leaves and just sort of sniffing like. Is that the right stuff?
Now that you smell it, Brass, this is not the right stuff.
Roll a Constitution saving throw only for your nose. No. Yeah, but it's like, yeah.
Whose voice is it?
I don't know. We're great friends now, and I just like I stay there like with a grin.
What's it saying?
Chad's immediately just like, you're friends with my dad?
Yes.
Father doesn't have any friends.
I think it's a different voice, Chad.
Right.
Right.
What's it saying, Pebble?
I don't know.
Is it anything bad?
They're-
They're telling you to do bad things?
Well, they were at the forest, but no, it's just they're just preoccupied about Genesee and how I screwed up that whole situation.
Okay. Well, if it's not troubling you. If it's not.
It's okay.
Okay. Well, just let us know.
As you
if-
bite the arm, Pebble, you get some of that stuff in your mouth. So some of your tongue starts to go down as well.
Minty.
I guess let us know if let one of us know if it starts saying anything not good, or it starts bothering you or anything. But sometimes things work in mysterious ways. Maybe it's a friend.
I love my friend. My arm's gonna fall off. Thank you.
Ross, are you sure it was? Are you sure? Is this expected?
It's gotten to the point now, Brass, where you're kind of questioning back and forth if it's the right stuff, and you're starting to wonder if maybe the nettles have a lesser effect on Draken, and maybe on someone with skin, maybe it gets a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brask was just like holding it in his hand and it was fine.
Yeah.
Brask, like that part occurs to him. Then also the sort of implication that he might have his team and therefore not protected them again.
Oh.
It's gonna trigger him in an angry way.
Oh no.
He's just gonna completely ignore the question, wipe off the stuff, and stomp off to the other side of the camp.
Good.
I'm sorry. Just
Brass is having a temper tantrum. Excellent.
okay. All right. It's fine. Pebble, just sit down. Maybe. Well. Okay.
Pebble just like flops on the floor.
As you do hit the floor, Pebble, you watch as
I take damage.
Bud comes up to you and just sort of flomps into your lap.
Hey, I
And,
like my friend.
You hear him and talks like, "Oh, you are tripping balls, aren't you?"
Yes.
Quick question. So Pebble
Yes.
looks drunk.
Correct.
And slightly out of character question. Lesser restoration also cures drunkenness, right? I'm wondering
does
if-
it cure the poison condition?
It will, yes.
Yes.
But if someone was drunk, the same thing would work on the person to sober them up, wouldn't it?
Yes, I would say so. Only because
Just would-
I'd
would-
say it does that because it cures the poison condition. But Pebble
Would
actually has
Charlie-
got the poison condition, so
Would Tarly know that? Because I feel like she might.
I feel like you've done this before somewhere.
That's what I feel. Because if so, she will just
I think you cast Unburnt Child at one point, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah, when we drank mead.
Anyway,
maybe
yes.
actually.
Regardless of how
Okay.
you are aware that the Lesser Restoration spell should resolve this.
I'm so
I'm
happy
gonna
that
kind
we
of
raided this stream.
rub our hands together, and kind of say, in Celestial, you know, Intin, please remove the toxins from my friend.
Do you know what,
And
Tally?
then
Sometimes, do you know what, Tally? Sometimes you don't vocalize. Oh, hi.
Touch his arm.
Yeah.
Suddenly
Yeah,
it's
Pebble,
gone.
the clarity comes over your mind as you are alleviated from the poison condition and no longer tripping balls.
It was a trip, but thank you. Also, oh my god, my arm is looking worse than ever.
Yeah, look, okay, it's fine. We're gonna go back to town today, and then
You
we
still
can.
can't feel the arm,
we can
however.
sort that
Like,
out.
although
Yeah, but it looks bad. No?
it looks bad, it also looks bad because it's got this kind of weird, creamy green paste on it as well. It doesn't help. But the pain has actually been alleviated now. The nettles are still working in that function.
Okay. Oh, so I'm like,
You currently
They're
can't
in the
feel
end.
your arm.
so it's like, okay, it's a trade-off. I get it.
Yeah, we got there. We got there.
I'm just gonna go towards Brask and just pat him in the shoulder with the numb arm, so I don't know the force. And say thank you. It did fix it.
Brask will just sort of turn and look at you, and your gratitude calms him a little bit because you're clearly fine. He'll just sort of sigh and give a sort of nod. Fine.
Good.
Okay. I can't tell you how it addresses the party in the camp. We should probably think about making our way back to town soon. We're gonna return the donkey. And
I've got to go see my aunt.
yeah, and that.
Yup.
Are we all
Totally
good
on board.
to go?
We have to find something to cover this.
Yeah, I mean, I have a blanket. Could rip a part off the blanket, or if we had a hood for you.
Well, actually,
or-
Pebble that. No, I'm mixing people. Because I thought maybe it was a little magic, but no.
Chad, do you have a hood? A spare hood?
Does Pebble have a hood? Maybe he already.
Does Pebble have a hood?
I mean, looking at your items, you've got anything like a blanket or a cloak or anything.
No. But I mean, we can make a move while we plan this.
Yeah.
Because
It will take you half a day to get back to town anyway, so you got like sort of at least 3 hours of travel, if not a bit longer than that, before you ride back.
I have something. I have a sheet of parchments. I could make into a paper hat.
Love that.
Is it big enough to cover his third eye?
Sure.
It's a cool idea, but okay.
Well, let's find out. So, Christina, please roll me. This is going to be a dexterity check to see how well you can fold a paper hat.
Okay. 7.
7. You've made a hat and you're like, this is perfect. You put it on his head and you find out it is too small. It doesn't cover the eye at all. It sort of sits
Use my
just above.
inspiration token.
Okay, cool. Right, so you're gonna use your hero inspiration token. Okay, so you start by making this first one and it doesn't work out. You're like, well, no, I can do this. Concentrate, Christina. Concentrate. And you sit there and you have this full, almost like beautiful mind moment. You're like cutting the paper up and doing this, and you come back with this beautiful hat that you just place on. It's got like a paper feather coming off, like think like Robin Hood's hat.
Wow.
And it perfectly sits over your head, covering the eye.
Oh my god, Christina, you're magical. I knew it already, but thank you. Oh,
It comes
wow.
in many forms.
I'm never gonna let go of this. Like, honestly, Pebble's gonna accessorize now. Or a bit.
That's one less problem. Thanks, Christina. That was really helpful.
You're welcome.
Me too. I like it.
While they get moving, Tali does want to cast sending to Burchard to let him know
Okay.
that we're good.
What are
Yes,
you
yes.
sending to him?
Hey
25
Burchard.
words.
Yeah, hey Burchard. We're all done and safe. On the way back. How's everything? Done. Oh wait, no, we're signing off.
I think part of the casting on the spell
Done.
says they know
Tali.
who's
No, but we're still gonna.
Okay.
Still, best wishes.
Kind
regards.
Yes.
Tali.
Just while I check something on the spell, what does it look like when you cast this? Like, do you say the word out loud? Are you speaking into a cupped hand?
It's a good question. I like the idea that she would take like a feather out from like like a kind of like a feather, like the feather she has on her like holy symbol amulet thing.
Mhm.
Would use them to like write. Would use that to like kind of write in the air, and it would like draw out like hit the lettering, and then the lettering would like just like, go in the wind.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Love it.
Yeah.
As you do that, you watch
Like
it
nice
float
silvery.
away.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, as you write out as it blows away in the wind, there's almost like a voice on the wind that sort of carries it away from you.
That's very
Yeah.
nice. I am less.
She will
glamorous.
let the group know. Like, I'm just Tali's just gonna
Yeah.
let Burchard know we're on the way back. I mean, my worry.
My brain is less glamorous, and it immediately went to Han Solo in Star Wars when it's like, yeah, we are fine here. Weapon malfunction. It's everything fine. Yes.
How are you?
How are you? Boring conversation anyway.
Yeah. Tali, you send this message out.
Yeah.
There's no response.
How immediate are we expecting it to be?
You've never done this before, Tali, so you're aware that you should get a response, but you haven't got one. Maybe it's coming. We're not sure.
Strange.
During all this, Chad will have been gathering stuff up and hitching Genethy to the cart, all that type of stuff, and probably would have asked Brask for some help. Brask, you help me you gather stuff up and put it on the cart, please, friend.
Because Chad kind of came to his aid in the forest. It's like Brask feels. I mean, he feels this for everybody, but especially sort of most recently, Chad, he feels kind of indebted to him. But yeah, he unquestioningly does what he's asked to do. He always like quieter and more reserved than he would normally be. Like Brask was always he wasn't smart, but he was pretty chatty when he felt like it. He is not right now.
Can I roll perception to see if Chad recognizes the recognizes how quiet he's being, or if
I mean,
Chad's just sort
insight
of
check.
preoccupied.
Insight check.
Yeah, insight. There's a natural 20.
Wow.
Yeah, you read Brass like a book.
Yep.
Yes,
Just
you are
know
quite,
me. You just
quite
get
aware
me.
what's going on behind the
Very good.
scenes, so to speak.
Yeah.
Ultimate Bond.
Yeah. Chad's gonna. Okay, can Chad still misinterpret it? He suddenly recognizes that Brask is being quiet and clearly is distracted.
I mean, so put it this way: Will, as a player, you have all the information. You can do with what you want.
Excellent.
However, you use that information is entirely up to you, man.
Chad is gonna predictably be like, Brask, yeah, thank you for helping. I had such a time back there in the forest. just want you to know I can see that you're distracted. I know it must be weighing on your mind. Yes, I know that I'm. My curse must explain several things for you. Most notably that night when you found me and I was covered in blood. That definitely was related. You don't have to worry about this at all. It's absolutely. We're fine. We're on good terms. Don't worry. I can just see. I can read you like a book. I can see that this is really, really weighing on you. But you don't need to worry.
Oscar's keeps just throwing up the donkey and that sort of stuff for a moment. Where that cat has completely missed the mark, but then by bringing up the blood thing and the fact that it's a curse, in the context of Brask feeling like he owes all of you his life, he's just gonna pause as he's perhaps on a saddle or something and just be like, your curse. Does it hurt you? Will it kill you?
Sorry, I think you might have broken up a little bit. Was that, does it hurt you? What would you say?
Will it kill you?
Will it kill you?
Yeah. Basically, are you in danger because of it?
No, I think I'm okay. It doesn't hurt. Feels good sometimes, actually. But yeah, I don't think I'm in any danger. You've got all my friends to look after me. It's absolutely fine. But yeah, no, I think I'm okay. You don't need to worry.
After you say you're not in any danger, he's gonna stop what he's doing and sort of stand up straight as he can in front of you. Still soft for Brask, but firm. He's gonna turn. He's gonna indicate the rest of the group and say, "Play safe."
Chad's gonna be like, "Yeah, I don't want to hurt anyone. Well, at least not people that I care about. I don't want to hurt my friends. I quite enjoy hurting other people who are being nasty to us. Yeah, of course, you know how it is. Defending the pleasures of war. Combat, the thrill of the chase. But yeah, but no, I don't think I pose a threat to anyone here. If I do, I trust that you will protect them from me.
There's a big old loud siren.
That was loud.
Going off in Brask's head. No.
Yes.
That was basically where Brask was going to land. Was he's trying to make it clear that he wants to look after all of you, but he's pragmatic in the sense that if the way to save four of his friends was to kill one of them, he would probably do that. Especially right now when he's messed up. So it's that sort of it's Superman giving Batman the kryptonite ring kind of agreement. He never wants to do it, but he's making it clear that he'll make the hard choice if he has to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is this conversation audible for Tali? I do have a 16 passive perception.
I'd probably say so.
16 passive
Yeah,
perception.
boy. With the blessing of the Dalewind, yeah.
Bloody hell.
This is the thing, but being level 5, your proficiency bonus is...
Oh no, that isn't to do with the blessing of the Dalewind. That's
so
just
you
normal.
guys will start to get very good at certain things, and Tali's very good at perception. So
big wise.
you do it's I don't imagine Brask or Chad are particularly known for whispering
That's
in any
fine.
given conversation. So yeah,
She's
you
not
probably...
gonna do anything about it. I just want yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you set up the horse, the cart. Are you gonna have Jennifer pulling the cart by herself? You obviously have unloaded the troll, so it's not really an issue. Yeah. Okay. You set off.
I do want to do a couple of things while we're traveling, but
That's fine. So I was getting to that. So yes, you're starting your journey, and it is now middle of the day. So, not that the wilds of Brattonshire are harmless entirely, but you feel confident that if a bunch of wyverns were to turn up, you definitely see them coming in the middle of the daytime. So you feel a bit more comfortable and confident traveling this time around. But yes, if anyone wants to do anything while you are traveling, let me know.
Yeah, I've got something, but Sarah, you were first.
yeah, I got something. I got a couple of things, but the main thing is that I would like to at some point, like Tali's gonna go and sit with Chad. They're gonna guess like they're on the front of the cart, like where the donkey is, whatever. Like Chad. Right. So now everybody knows you have a curse, which is kind of nice. We can all talk about it now. If you want, I think I can identify, for lack of a better word, the curse that might be afflicting you. I feel, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is really quite. I mean, it would be nice to have like a name for it. It seems a little bit clumsy just calling it a curse. Seems like it's not quite so specific enough. What do you think it? Do you know what it is, or?
Not yet, but like I said, I think I could get some information on what it is and maybe how we could remove it, which would be that's what we want, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Removing it. Yeah, and no longer having the the psychic powers and stuff.
No longer having to hurt people.
No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no longer being able to move things with my mind. No, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, and yeah. We should remove it, and then I wouldn't have excellent dark vision anymore. And no, we should remove. Yeah. Absolutely.
The first step, anyway, is to find out how to remove it, and then we can figure out how, because it's unlikely to be simple, honestly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
I'd love to know what it is.
Yeah, okay. So Tali's gonna kind of reach into like a little like backpack, get out like a small vial. I guess it would just look like water, but like in a really special like, little kind of funky vial.
Crystal kind of vial.
Yeah, like very sparkly water. And then
a crystal vial full of sparkling water.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all the sparkles. Like Chad. So we need. Can you give me your hand? We have to hold hands. So we'll hold hands for 10 minutes. But it's fine. And then I'm just gonna use the water. It's holy water, so it's great. Blessed to draw. Can I draw on your arm?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If we're holding hands for 10 minutes, I guess you can. Something else to do during that time. Totally fine. Yeah.
Okay, good. So she's gonna get the holy water and she's gonna, I guess, pour it into like a small I imagine I have a little like receptacle, like
a bowl or something.
Yeah, and put her hands in it, and then sort of draw. I guess what would be like symbol, like runes, the kind of similar runes that you might have seen like on her arms, like in the nighttime, like all up along his arm and stuff.
Can I have it that because of Chad's armor and stuff and the way his thing? Can I have it that like in order to have like enough bare arm, he would actually need to like partially remove his his shirt.
Yeah,
he's not fully topless, but he's got like that whole section of his thing.
Yeah.
So there's like
I agree.
There's glistening chest and stuff out.
100%. Anything to make this even more awkward between Chad and Charlie. Yes.
Absolutely.
But imagine while you're doing this, Chad, you're like intentionally not making eye contact because this is.
Oh yeah. This is.
With the one like the right hand paying attention to driving the donkey and the road, like yes,
Oh,
whatever.
is he driving as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's driving while this is happening.
Yeah.
I also, I guess, occasionally would say a few phrases, like repeating phrases about
And you are ritual casting Identify Curse.
Yes, please.
Yes. So you watch as Tali spends the next 10 minutes like holding your hand and drawing symbols. Imagine it's kind of like a baptism, and like there's these symbols being drawn on your skin. And for you, Chad, this water tingles a bit. It's a weird tingling. It's not the most comfortable thing, but it fades pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And muttering small prayers under your breath, Tali. 10 minutes go by as you ritual cast a spell. And then Chad, you are kind of shocked, I guess. Maybe as you notice that there is a bright light that suddenly emanates from Tali. And as you kind of glance to the side, you notice Tali's eyes have become these pools of silver, and light is pouring out of them. As almost like, and also like a mist is kind of rolling down her face, as she seems to be completely frozen, holding your hand, like mid-writing a symbol.
It's exciting.
Tali?
I guess that I'm elsewhere right now.
Yeah, Tali is elsewhere right now. So as there is this, while Chad is trying to talk to Tali and falling on deaf ears, Tali,
Yes.
your vision is thrown to somewhere else. This is similar to when the one time you've used the Farsight glass.
Yeah.
You just instantly see something else. You see a forest, not dissimilar to what you saw with the Dalewind, but of bone-white trees
Yeah.
and crimson-red leaves. You
Yeah.
see a large forest clearing, inside of which you see a 10 or 11 foot tall humanoid tree creature. This time made of stark white bone, and every plant part of them is that crimson white. This one male forming. And it is
Kind of like the
like the dryad you just
figure,
met,
yeah.
but this one is, seems to be matching this forest, and again, masculine more in form. And it is mid-battle. You see it slamming down his arms, trying to scrape these sharp, barked arms against the floor, as a figure, humanoid in size and shape, lively darts and ducks and jumps, slashing at this dryad with this sword. The blade itself, where the steel is, it seems to be blood red as well. The entire sword.
What's
And
red?
The sword is red. The actual metal part of the sword is this blood red. And you see a being, kind of weird pallid skin, a dark purple cloak, and clawed hands gripped around a sword.
I know them.
And you watch as this creature just darts under a blow from this giant and slashes across one of its legs, cutting the leg clean off. And this dryad just slumps to the floor and just goes, "Enough, Ysperoth! Enough! Ye may claim thy bloody prize, but heed thine warning. The immortality you seek shall be as bloody as the war ye waged to earn it. I curse ye now, so thy thirst for violence may be the doom of all ye bloody mortals. May the death ye so sorely fear be the only reprise from thy fate." And you watch as this large dryad just hits the floor. There is a rumble. And then suddenly just turns into this almost like mist, a kind of red mist that just starts to move and just quickly flows into the chest of this being. This
Where does that
man
mist come
standing
from?
The dryad, it just
Oh, okay.
quickly almost like evaporated into a red mist and then just flew into the chest of this being.
Okay.
This being stands there in the clearing. You see him like kind of contemplating like his hands and just his deep breaths. Yes, I knew I could do it. It's all been mine. And then suddenly turns and looks directly towards you, Tali.
I'm not here. Mm-mm.
You! Who are you? What are you doing here? This being starts walking towards you, and it comes now, Tali, you become very aware that you're not some eye in the sky. You are here. Your body is here. You are standing in this clearing with this being. And as you become more aware of your own form, you notice that this man stands about 7 feet tall, broad-shouldered, this pallid skin, but this very fine robes, and that dark purple cloak. And he stalks towards you. Proctor, is that you? Otilia! I do not recognize this form. Who are you? Starts walking towards you, this sort of clawed hand.
Say Atalia.
No,
Otilia.
Proctor or Tylia. Which,
Right, okay.
for players' knowledge, they're two of the gods.
Yeah.
And stalks towards you, this clawed hand outstretched and this red blade sword sort of dragging against the floor behind.
Mhm.
You kind of slowly, but stalks towards you.
This is fine. Tali will say, neither. I'm a messenger of Intin.
He stops as you say it. I knew it. I knew. Yes. Intin blesses me. Intin approves of my conquest.
No. You've got it
Yes!
wrong. No, I'm here. No. I'm here. Tali's here in a very different reason.
You're one of the divine children.
No. Well, yes,
One of
but
Intin's
no, but that's
divine
not.
children.
Listen to me. You stay away from my friend.
What friend?
Doesn't matter. Just you, the root of all of this evil, this whole curse. It's your fault. And just stay away. Just stay away. What you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is evil.
If what I'm doing is evil, why does only now Intin answer my call?
What do you mean?
I sent
what
a
kind
herald of Intin at the day of my triumph.
What have you been
I
asking?
knew it. Everything I have worked for is coming to fruition, and
Who-
Intin blesses me.
Who are you? Okay, but who are you?
As you are questioning that, and that laughter rings in your head, you are suddenly thrust back. You let go, and you are back on the cart with Chad.
Like lips, just I don't know, like pushes Chad.
Yeah.
Like I imagine it's very violent because she's very mad right now.
Yeah.
She comes back. Yeah.
You push Chad.
Probably a little bit. Like not like it's kind of like a sudden like jerk movement that she's kind of come back, but just like kind of like thrust back.
Contested
Yeah.
strength check.
Oh no. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, losing
This is
control
where I
of the
get
carriage.
pushed.
Losing control of the carriage.
Yeah, so a bit athletics versus athletics.
So I roll athletics. Okay.
We also check how much the others
14.
see it, or how much I can.
Well, we'll find out. If Chad falls out of the wagon, everyone's going to see that.
He's fine. I go for
Yeah, so 21 to
Yeah.
to Tully's 14.
So probably only because of the fact you did look over to when Tali's eyes turned to silver, you are paying attention, and you do suddenly see this blur, this sort of jut, and you push, and Tali's eyes immediately come back to their normal form. To be honest, everyone would probably hear something rock of the wagon, and a from Tali, I imagine.
Oh my god, I did get a name right. I didn't hear it because you're doing a funky voice, but could you like send
I'll write
me-
it down. Yes.
Yeah.
But the name was Yisperoth.
It was Steve.
Steve.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have
Your evil
to
name is Steve.
spell that for me.
Oh, that was lovely. That moment.
It is now in the general chat.
Okay, it's fine.
Now,
Yes.
Verity, I don't want to influence you, but I don't know if it's within the rules if we can give Adam the inspiration token.
Yeah. To use against us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But Yeah, while you contemplate on what you do next, I think this is probably a good point to take our break. But I will just say, so as the spell does give you some actual information about the thing, so you know that Chad is cursed with vampirism. That is a name you are aware of now.
Yes.
You know, as part of that, he is empowered by the curse, but also has to feed on living blood every couple of days, depending on his fortitude. He can go for a certain amount of days. The stronger he gets, the longer he can take.
The stronger he gets. I see.
The stronger he personally gets, the longer he
Yes.
can feed. You know that if he fails to or chooses not to feed in that time period, he runs the risk of going crazy and lashing out randomly at people.
Okay.
You also know that if he stays unfed for too long, there is a chance he will devolve into a mindless monstrosity driven by an endless hunger.
As you do.
That's one Will doesn't know about yet.
I mean, it. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
And lastly,
convenient.
you know that there is only one cure for vampirism.
Death is a death.
Death.
Shit.
When a
Alright.
being dies, all traces of vampirism is removed from their
Okay, it's
body
fine,
and
because
soul.
it's fine. Kill you, bring you back again. We're fine. Don't worry about it.
Go from being a vampire to a zombie. Easy.
Um,
Find a good
yes.
necromancer. It's fine.
I think that's the place to take our break.
Cool.
Amazing.
See you in like past?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do half
cool.
past.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Bye.
And we're back. So we pick up immediately as we left off, as Tali has had a massive revelation about what Chad is dealing with and the origins of his vampirism. I think I'll leave it with you guys to see what happens next.
All right.
Yeah.
Tali, you back in the room? Are you with me? You here?
Yes.
You okay? You disappeared there. You sort of went away for a bit there. You okay?
Yeah. Yes. I'm fine. Maybe. I think. I don't know. I don't know if I actually went anywhere, but I kind of went somewhere. I had a vision. Right. I had a vision.
Right. What kind of? It's good to know that's what it looks like when you have a vision. Good stuff. What kind of? Was it related to the thing, or I don't really fully understand what it is. Can I put my shirt back on now?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. And she's like, oh no.
Okay, good. Thank you.
It's fine. Yeah, Tali went, well, I think there was, the rumors about vampires and stuff was about the forest with the white trees and the red leaves and, the humans chopped
Sorry,
down
vampires?
Yeah, that's a new word I learned in my vision. Vampires.
Right.
Vampirism.
Okay.
That's your problem. That's your problem.
Technically, the word vampire wouldn't be a new word to Tali, because when you were talking to
Well-
Pebble about it, Pebble did remember the history of the story of vampirism.
Okay, that's true. This is what I'm trying to explain.
Yeah.
Now you know it too. Yeah. Well, Pebble,
Hello, I'm here. Sorry.
you've heard the stories, right? The white forest with the red leaves and we chopped it down, and then we got cursed, and humans got cursed, and that's how vampirism started. It doesn't seem quite that simple. There was a guy. I don't know who he is or was or what his deal is. I think his name is Yesperoth. I don't know that name. If anybody else knows that name, I don't. Does Tali know that name?
You can roll me a history, arcana, or religion check.
Or all of them.
History. Arcana.
I'll let Chad roll one as well. Actually,
Yeah.
technically, and Pebble. I'll let three of you roll, because you roll.
Am I
you were
listening?
all.
Well, okay.
I mean,
Can
this
I
is
roll
kind
it
of
for vampirism as well as Yespereth?
Yes, sure.
For my history one.
So,
Oh
yeah,
my god,
any-
I'm
any of those
proficient
three.
in Arcana as well. I don't know. Arcana, you
Natural
said, right?
20. That's
dang.
2 natural
No.
20s in a row. Come on.
Good luck.
14.
I got a 19. It's pretty good.
19, and then Pebble,
Yeah.
what'd you get?
14 on Arcana.
14.
Arcana is fine.
Yeah, but that's what I say. What roll? Also, what? So Arcana for Pebble. What did
Bless
you roll
you.
for Chad? What role did you make? Was it history, arcana, or religion?
History, Chad.
History. And Tali?
I mean, probably religion.
Religion! Perfect! All three of you then there.
She
Okay.
cares more about the whole relation to like Intin. Like he knew about Intin, which is weird.
Yes.
I'm
So let me see where I want to jump in with this. We'll kind of do Pebble and Chad together a little bit. So vampirism. Chad, now that the word's been mentioned to you, you have heard stories about vampirism. Well, it's a fairy tale. Practically, it's not real. The Abbey itself doesn't even teach about vampirism because it's so unreal. But there are like bedtime stories that you would have probably heard, and it is in the far-off nation of Greshka, far to the west. Which is considered to be the dawn of civilization, is where religion came from as well. But there is a forest there called the Bloodvar Forest that has unusual trees where all the trees are stark white and they have blood red leaves. And there is a story that says that humans used to chop down the wood for its valuable and unique color. And the forest didn't like that. So the forest essentially cursed all the people who kept coming to the wood and cutting down its trees. One day when they tried to cut down the trees run with blood red sap, which got onto the men's hands and would never come off. And when they went home, back to the town, bringing the wood with them, they just found they had this newfound thirst for violence. A lot of them turned on each other, ended up drinking each other's blood, and that was the origins of vampirism. That's the story that Pebble and Chad would know. Try to if you would get anything else from a natural 20. I think for Chad, as a natural 20, you probably are aware that there are conflicting stories. So that is one version of the story. There are probably other versions of stories that say, there's probably a scorned lover is probably a version of the story, etc., etc. There's probably a lot of different things like this. Maybe a pair of young lovers who went to run away in the forest, and a hunter tried to kill them, and then the forest turned on the hunter became a vampire. Things like that. You are aware that version of the story is not alone.
Yeah,
that's what you'd get. However, even with your knowledge, the name Yisperoth doesn't come into that.
Cool.
And yours especially not Pebble. Tali, you got a 19 on a religion check. Try and find out where Yisperoth comes into it.
So, and if there's any ties to Intin.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a very vague memory, but you have heard the name Yisperoth before. But you almost don't see how it could be related. So you are aware that in the teachings of the Abbey, at the creation of the world, is that the Abbey teaches that there was a world before this one, and that world failed. It was completely devoured almost entirely by Fulch. And the gods decided to give the remaining mortals who survived from that world a second chance, and created a new world for them, and taught them the ways of the Abbey of Civility. There are a few people who, despite this generous actions from the gods, still clung to the old ways and turned their backs away from the Abbey. And you know that the name Yisperoth is one such person.
Okay.
Someone who, at the dawn of time, came from the previous world, but turned their back on the gods even when they offered them a new world. That's what you've been told.
Okay. And
this is like, you read that in one book. A really old tome that you read when you were bored, and you've never seen it anywhere else. Even in other stories about the creation of the world, his name doesn't turn up.
Okay. Yeah. And just hang on. I'm trying to get Tali's memories straight because it was confusing. Yeah, there was this guy, Yisperoth. He was fighting with you know how when we went to the forest there was that figure kind of like a tree moved.
You saw them too, right? Yeah.
Yes, I think.
Because that
Saw
only
them
appeared.
separately.
Yeah, we saw them separately. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yes, but there was that creature. I think maybe every forest has one. Maybe they're I don't know, the spirit of the forest. But this guy, Yisperoth, he was fighting with the one from the white tree forest, and
Yeah.
and he killed it. and as the creature died, it cursed him. It said, he was he was seeking immortality, and nothing good would come from it, and it would only be violence, and the only escape would be death. And that seems to be the curse that started everything, and made him crave violence, made him crave, hurt people. And...
Blood.
Yeah, and I think that was the first kind of... I guess he's the original vampire, the first one.
Did you say that he was seeking immortality?
Yeah, that's what he said. I mean, Adam, did Tali get from that immortality is part of being...
So I've just put in our Discord chat the actual the speech the Dryad said. You can have a little read back over there. But yes. What Yisroth was trying to achieve was the goal was immortality, was the rest of vampirism as a byproduct. It seems to what he was trying to do.
But does that mean that every vampire is immortal? Or was that not clear?
Yes, I would say that's one thing I forgot to mention. So technically you would be aware that because of vampirism, Chad is also immortal.
Yes, this is what so
yes.
Tali was like, yeah, I think that's part of it. Which is unnatural, right? Because everything has its time to die.
Yeah. But hang on. You're. I'm immortal.
Well, I guess in terms of you probably won't grow old. You can still be killed, but you probably won't age. You probably won't get sick. You could unless you were. I guess.
Right, I'm immortal. Now what's going through Chad's mind here is because Tali's immortal, isn't? Tali is immortal, as far as Chad's aware.
Chad probably hasn't looked into the lifespans of godlings enough.
But sort of the whole thing, like if you're worshipping something, the creature that's probably assumed, without the knowledge to be immortal. So am I like you then?
Well, what do you mean?
Anyway, I mean, obviously you don't want to drink blood and all that stuff. I assume you don't like to drink blood. If you do, you've kept that very, very well as a secret. But you're, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
It's not. Chat. You're cursed. It's not. I'm a messenger of a divine being.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah. No. You're right. You're totally right.
There was
You're totally right. Yeah.
It is a problem though. I think there's a problem. Cause Tali thought Tali was just watching, these events, but no, it turns out Tali was somehow there. This Yisroth person tried to talk to Tali.
This was happening. What was it happening now? Did you like?
No, I think it happened a long time ago. But somehow they saw me, and it was quite troubling because they did know who Intin was, which is very strange because not a lot of people know about Intin because they doesn't really teach about it. But he knew. He definitely knew.
And when you say he tried to talk to you, you mean literally to you, like you and I are talking now.
Yes, I do.
That's...
And he was crazy. Like he was crazy. Like Tali barely get a word in edgeways. He just kept talking over me. I just, trying to get some information out of him, and he was just off on one, laughing about whatever, being blessed by Intin, as if.
Well, I imagine
But
if
it's,
he'd just achieved immortality, then I'd imagine he'd. I imagine he'd feel pretty accomplished. At that point, yeah.
maybe.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
it's I think he might try to come here. Maybe.
Right. Are we in danger?
I don't know if we're in danger. I don't know if you're in danger. This is okay. It's very. This is why I've been trying to. Part of why I'm trying to stay with you is that I prayed to Intin one day about all of this. And I got a drawing. I got a drawing of you and me and him, and I didn't know who he was at the time, so it's kind of weird. And now I'm realizing that it was him from the vision, and he spoke to me. Now he knows who I am.
You draw a picture of this man.
I didn't draw it. Intin drew the picture. And gave it to me.
Intin's was it a good picture or?
No. Well, it was no.
Could use some, but I've seen a lot of fine art in my days. I've never seen art created by a god.
No, it's
I
not.
imagine
It's
it
not,
must be pretty
not for
special.
public consumption.
Right.
It's kind of a me and Intin thing.
A little schematic drawing.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, and Tali didn't know who it was, and now Tali's met him, and he's met Tali. He knows what Tali looks like, so he may come to find me, and maybe you.
And if this happened in the past,
it would mean he'd know now. Maybe
he's had however long. Was it with my history check and all the stories and stuff? Is there a general vibe of like the length of time? Like how long ago that would have happened? Are we talking like thousands or like millions of years?
Again, they very vary, but a lot of them round probably about a millennia ago.
Okay. Okay.
Tali have any better idea? When? I guess maybe not.
I mean, for you, Tali, if Yusbros is someone who came from the previous world, the dawn of time is when he's from. That doesn't necessarily mean these events happened then, but
the people who came from the old world, they were just humans, right?
Mortals is all that's ever been written.
Okay.
So, if he talked to you when this happened, then he's had time. He's had time to prepare to.
Okay, but he also doesn't know anything about us, where we are. It's been a long time. He doesn't. If that happened then, I could have been from anywhere in time. So.
Yeah.
It's. But I'm just saying we should just be careful. He has a cape, like a purple cape.
Yeah. Anything else?
Quite distinctive.
Distinctive about him?
Got claws.
Standard.
It's very pale.
I mean, I'm pretty pale. Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah. But Tali's worried that he's gonna try to come and get you and take you, and I don't know. He's the original vampire.
Do you have any signature weapons or anything?
Oh no.
Well, now that you ask, yeah, he had a sword. It was kind of a weird sword though, because the metal part of a sword, it was just red, like a deep red, like a crimson red.
Now,
weird.
The thing that's going to happen in Chad's brain there is Chad's whole family crest and all that type of stuff. Chad likes the color red. It's it's a red and gold is his whole theme. So upon hearing that there's a red sword, he's like, red.
Chad, look at me.
Nice.
Chad, look at me.
Red sword.
Chad,
Yeah.
No, we don't want his sword.
I mean, do we want him to have it? I mean, I'm just saying.
But
Red Sword sounds pretty.
Okay, but we don't want to meet him. He's been alive since, I think, the dawn of all time, Chad.
Right, yeah. Yeah, no,
You and me
right,
are what,
you're
like
right.
20 something, compared to all of the time from the beginning of time. That's a long, he's very
All
old.
the time.
He's gonna be way more powerful than we are. And so I think if we meet him, I think Tali thinks it would be very bad. But look, I did find.
Oh, go ahead.
Go.
Chad's going to turn to Tali. Like, Tali, we've talked about the fact that I don't want to hurt people.
Mhm.
I also don't want to be responsible for other people getting hurt.
Mhm.
If this guy was it Yispeth?
Elizabeth.
Yisperoth. If he comes here, and if he comes looking for me, I won't be. I won't let him be like I will make sure that if he's coming around looking for me, that I'm not around you guys. You will not be caught in the crossfire.
No, Chad, no.
That's not. I've spoken.
Chad, it is my duty. Tali's duty is to guide the lost, get them back on the correct path, and this force is a diametrically opposed to Tali's personal mission, personal beliefs, everything Tali stands for. I'm not just going to, and Tali's not just gonna let you go off or whatever with this person. You can stay away from the others, fine, but I'm not gonna stand by. But we're getting sidetracked. But I did learn some other things that might be useful for us. Obviously you have to feed off of living blood, which isn't great. But I did also, as you probably noticed, you're made a bit more powerful by it too.
Yeah.
But if you don't feed for too long, like if you choose not to feed, then you can run the risk of sort of randomly lashing out at people, which we'd want to avoid. But also if you don't feed for long enough, you might just become a monster.
Right. Well, I can just feed. I've got plenty of options. This is manageable. This is what was the discussion at all about you and Yusperoth to do parlay to figure out a cure at all?
Well, I do think Tali knows the cure, but I'm not sure, Chad. I don't know if you'll like it. It seems the only way to remove such a curse is to kill the afflicted.
Kill Yusperoth?
No.
Okay. Yeah,
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, that would work for him, but for you, it would mean to kill you.
I think I misheard there. I misheard you there. That's right. It sounded like you were saying that in order for me to be cured of this, I would need to die. That's obviously. I mean, yes, obviously, if I was dead, I'd be cured of anything really. But
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
that's
No, that you didn't mishear. That's correct. But there is magic. There are ways of bringing people back to life. So, in theory, I'm just in theory, you could die and then I could, bring you back. And I mean, I might get in trouble with Intin because that's not great, but that's
Does Chad have? Sorry, guys. I know this is a very Chad heavy sequence here.
Sorry, guys.
Does Chad have? Would he have been raised with any any sort of built-in perceptions of people being risen from the dead?
I mean, again, there will be sort of stories and fairy tales about, ghosts and zombies and stuff like that, but they're largely not considered to be real. There probably are, like, saints who have been told to have risen back from the dead as a miracle. But the only talk about it in any good way would be miracles that have happened to very specific people who deserved it. It's
Right,
not
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Tom, Dick, and Harry down the street get to come back to life because
Yeah.
it's not enough just to be a good good follower of the Abbey to
Yeah.
do it. It's a miracle.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but you say that immortality is being immortal is not natural, but surely being risen, dying, and then coming back that's just as unnatural.
Yeah,
Surely, isn't it?
well,
Well, I
Tony.
can either live forever, or die and be brought back. Okay, that's the option. That's okay. Okay, yeah, something to ponder.
Tony would have to talk to Intin. I don't know how they would feel about it because people have a time when they are supposed to die, and that's natural. That's the order of things. That's the circle of life. So Tally doesn't know, but that's how you would cure you.
Maybe I don't have a time when I'm meant to die.
No, Chad. Everybody does. And the people who don't, like Gisboroth, he's a problem.
Yeah.
Like a in terms of like the forces of the universe, like he's a problem.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I had a thought, by the way. Yeah, on our way back to town, we could pop by and see, just see if the maybe it might be worth us seeing if Carl, the other donkey, if that donkey's still intact enough for us to sort of take back to our thing, just to be like, hey, look, sorry,
Yeah.
we didn't they didn't make it.
Can't bring a corpse back.
You might be very, like, might want to bury it, I guess. Basically, Chad's changing the subject. Chad's changing the subject very much.
As we are changing the subject, as I was saying, I was quickly checking my timeline of the world. What Chad, is actually, it would be several millennia ago, not 1 millennia ago.
Right.
A
Okay.
bit longer than that, because it would predate when elves came to the world to save humans. It would actually be stories from before then.
Just a smidge longer.
Smidge longer.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay, so Chad, can I add a little bit to that retrospectively to Chad's comment on that, which is just if I'd had several thousand years to be on the lookout for someone's arrival, I could probably put some things in place to stay pretty well informed.
Wait, what do you mean? Like what?
1,000 years, if I were to live for that long, which I could, I could build an empire at that time.
You think that's what he's done?
That's what I'd do. If I was an evil, crazy, crazy evil genius maniac, if I was looking out for someone who might appear at some point, I'd have time to prepare and make sure that I was, had eyes and ears everywhere, and Anyway, it's just something that Chad would have added in there.
Yes, and then Chad awkwardly changes the subject.
Yes, yeah.
As it probably occurs to anyone who's been track, you passed the spot where Carl died an hour ago. As Chad is starting to waffle on about, maybe we should give that one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Chat,
cool.
no,
But
let's
you
not
do,
go back.
you
Yeah.
making probably more awkward conversation, or maybe silently walk along. You do eventually make your way back to Downbridge.
Say we can do it and if you want, but I was gonna do the split of money quickly because I
Sure,
know how
okay,
much
yeah.
people would get. So
Yeah.
at some point, Tali would divvy up the money that she has of the the half, we have half of our payment for that job. So
Do a bit of financial work on the way.
yeah,
just
so
keep us busy.
subtracting the 160 steps for the cart and the donkeys, and then also taking just a little bit, 5% for our savings. Everybody would then get 65 steps each.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does that accommodate for the fact that we're coming back with half the
Well,
50% of the donkey that we
the 160 steps have just taken off entirely. So when we get the deposit back, we can figure out how that gets to be done.
How
extra.
much again?
Okay.
Sorry.
65 steps.
Cool, thank you. 65
Ooh.
silver.
She would divvy up. She would explain she's taken some of the money out for a sort of a savings pot that we could use in emergency, or if we need something sort of for the group or anything like the cart and donkeys and stuff.
Cool. Lovely.
Done and done. Getting rich, guys.
Yeah.
And there's also something I wanted to do whilst we were travelling back.
Go for it.
Mhm.
So, I think I know where Madame Morgrave lives. Do I? Is Christina even?
I don't. You know she lives in Downbridge, but I don't think you've found an actual location for her yet.
Right, because I was wondering if I could send Ofo ahead to go spy on her. So, kind of. That's sort of the next immediate thing to be done. I just wanted to get a bit of intel.
Yeah. Okay. You could definitely try and send Dotho out randomly to try and locate her, but you're not aware where she is at the moment.
Right.
I say that I'm pretty sure when because it happened when you weren't around, Verity, but when Pebble was speaking to the Raven, Creador, I'm pretty sure. Did he tell you?
Oh, I don't know.
Or would Christina have not had the address in the letter from her?
No, it just says I have a relative in
Oh,
Dalbridge.
I
Go
see.
see her. Surely, if she's so desperate for Christine to go see her, then she'd communicate where she was exactly.
It's a fair point.
Was it Morgrave Manor or something?
Yes. Okay. Good. That's what I was trying to work out. So
I
the
swear.
Creador did tell Pebble that to come to Morgrave Manor, which presumably Pebble would have then passed on to Christina.
Yeah.
So, although you don't know where in the town Morgrave Manor is, you do have the name, which means you can
Yes.
obviously start using it to narrow things down from there.
Cool.
I think I'm gonna just tell Dofo, I need you to go to Morgrave Manor, please. See what my aunt is like.
You watch as Dofo suddenly starts walking away from you, just
Cool.
walking.
Just chill.
You are still a little way outside the town for the moment. So just actually, although he starts walking away from you, it is in the same direction you're going. So it's that awkward thing when you say goodbye and then continue walking in the same direction for a while.
Oh.
But eventually,
Yeah.
when you do roll into town, is there anything else you want to do before you arrive at
No,
town?
it's just gonna. I just realized that Spud might already know. You know.
Spud might also know.
But,
Good point. You can ask
you've
Spud?
already sent. I mean, can Doso and Spud coexist? As in that, can they?
If you, how would you arrange that, Pebble?
I would ask Spud politely, can you help Doso get to Morgrave? I mean, but that's. I mean, if Spud knows, Doso doesn't have to go.
When you say that, oh shit, yeah, I know where Morgrave Manor is. Sure, I'll show him. And jumps down, and you watch as Spud starts running off after Dotho.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a little, I imagine of a
Buddies.
TV show that'd have a little animated short of their adventures in the city together.
Yeah.
We'll run a one shot next week for Dotho and Spud.
Yay.
It is quite comical watching Spud run after Dotho because Spud is slower than Dotho.
Doso's just like.
You're watching
annoyed.
this life black cat who's actually made of jelly being followed by a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dotho runs after. But okay, so
Lovely.
they are set off on their way.
Jelly and bread. Jelly and
Jelly and
bread.
bread.
Jelly. What a perfect pairing.
You just need to find
Jelly
a pet
bread.
just need to find a pet called Peanut Butter now, really, don't you?
Hey.
Yeah.
You make your way back into town. You come to that gate where you exited, where you had those guards who tried to shake you down a little bit, but obviously Chad bribed. They're not there this time of day.
Okay.
But might not be unreasonable. You were leaving in the middle of the night, where today, it is now midday. Business as usual. You see other cars moving in and out. So,
Nice.
yeah, you start to make your way into town. As you do arrive in town, what is your next destination?
We should get the car back.
Yeah, get the cut back.
Is the pub on the way?
Ooh.
Technically, the pub is closer.
Because
It
Tali
depends
might.
how you go.
Because Tali still wouldn't have received a sending from the child.
Nope. Yeah, if you quickly look at the map, so look at
Yeah,
what's
sorry, I'm preparing it for the stream as well.
Okay, fine. That's fine.
It's fine. I like doing things.
But Tali kind of will say to the group like Tali hasn't heard. Tali sent a message to Butchard and haven't heard anything back. So I don't know if we want to just take a small detour past the pub, or want to. It's on the way to the
Yeah, because
It won't hurt. It won't hurt to check in, I suppose.
so we are we the red dot?
Yes, you are the red dot. That's where you are entering.
Nice. Yeah.
So if you look sort of to the, let's do this. That's the point. There you go. So the Five Fellows is about a 5-minute ride from where you are, but Hammercott Square Market's all the way over here, so you'd have to do more. There is probably a way you could go straight to Hammercott Square Market, but realistically, your best bet is to go here,
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let's
like
do it.
here, over here, down here, whatever, like that.
Wow.
So you're basically passing the Five Fellows,
Cool. Let's do it.
unless you take a long route round and avoid it. So.
yeah, it's on the way. It's on the way.
So you make your way across town. We're over the red dot now.
Making my way across town. No.
Yeah, making your way back. It's probably later afternoon at this point. By the time you've travelled, you see people, heading home from factories. Other carts moving up and down the street, as other merchants are sort of leaving town, etc. And the roads are relatively busy. As always, you have people looking and staring at the Draken walking down the street, and you hear the kind of "The Draken here? What?" and etc. But you make your way back to the Five Fellows, where you fairly rapidly, especially you, Tali, with your passive perception of 16, notice that the Five Fellows isn't quite as it should be. Normally, you'd hear the sort of hustle and bustle of people within. It's never been a busy pub, but you can usually hear some noise coming from within it. Instead, you enter this street and the pub is silent. You can see from the lights within, the window, sorry, there are no lights within. And then you catch a glimpse of the fact that the door has been knocked off its hinges.
Something's wrong. Like hop down from the cart.
Didn't Chad do a perception?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
You're still a little ways away, so you're kind of at sort of top of the street at the moment. But
That's a 1.
Wow.
just to balance out all the 20s earlier.
Chad's still thinking about the fact that he's immortal now.
Yeah, like what am I going to do?
Yeah.
You get that cool sword.
Yeah, I could get a really cool sword and live forever. Whoa.
Tali's gonna hop down and kind of like a not run, but like a power walk, just to scout out ahead.
Yeah, you would all see that Tali is.
She will say something's wrong. I'm just gonna.
Pebble follows.
Yeah, as soon as Brask hears something's wrong, he's gonna try and get to the front of the group.
Yeah.
Bless.
Got bigger legs.
Yeah, okay.
He's just gonna bound over the top of you.
That's fair. So Brass, Tali, and Pebble, you going too, did you say? Yeah. So the three of you start rushing down the street.
Chad, if you could just park the car outside.
Seeing your companions run away though does probably snap you out of your stupor as you see something's going on. Christina, are you running with them or are you staying with the car?
Yeah.
Okay,
Going
so you're being left alone for a moment.
Chad, bye.
And a weird role reversal for Chad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why am I left driving? But yeah, you enter the building and you as you walk in, you see the place is cold, it is dark. You can see the remains of the door are laying on the floor just within, as they've clearly been kicked in. What are you doing?
Chad!
Yeah, call him desperately for the
That is
child.
the first thing Tali would do is to kind of walk in and call out his name.
Can I do an investigation check?
Yeah, one
See-
investigation check.
What ruckus has?
Yeah, go for it. Your investigation check.
10.
Comment that in a second. Brask, you do anything?
Brask he's gonna do the same as everyone else is doing, like try and
Shout
look
Brask.
around. But
Yeah.
he's, as ever, gonna follow his nose rather than his eyes.
So you can roll me investigation or perception check.
Tali roll a perception check.
Sure, roll a perception check. Pebble, roll me a perception check as well. Why not?
Yeah,
Let's just complete the try.
I was
Complete
gonna
yourself.
say
13.
Pebble might be going to the kitchen first because
Okay.
Pebble.
Pebble's going to kitchen first. That's fine.
Perception, right?
Just complete that, and then we'll see. I'll explain what you
Ooh.
find.
Unnatural 21.
21, great.
Got a
And
22.
22, okay, great. So we'll start with, we're doing order. Christina, as you are looking around with your investigation check, it doesn't take a keen eye to see that there's clearly been some sort of scuffle here. You can see tables being knocked over. You can see one table maybe being like just smashed into pieces. There are like drag marks on the floor where things being kicked around, pushed. Brask, with your smell, if you're smelling around, again, you see similar signs of debris, but you also smell this kind of burning powder, and it's a smell that's familiar to you. You remember, during session 1, there was a guy who fired a gun. You smell gunpowder. Gunpowder has been fired in this room. Pebble, as you are running to the kitchen, check. The kitchen itself doesn't look as disheveled. It looks like maybe things not too much happened here, but you do see some pots and pans have been knocked to the floor. As there has been some sort of fight here, but it's not in nearly as bad a state.
Okay.
However, both Pebble and Tali, with your high perception scores, you hear upstairs. It sounds like a muffling noise. Like,
I'm going there. I'm
yeah,
going.
rushing. I'm
Okay.
rushing my way there.
Like my room upstairs, or
just upstairs.
Okay.
For the moment, you start running upstairs. Brask and Christina, are you going to go with? I'll say Chad.
I was gonna say, are you guys like telling us that you heard that, or just running before you can?
probably.
Our actions speak from themselves, right? We've heard.
Yeah,
something.
I mean, Tali would probably say that.
Yeah.
That there's someone upstairs. We're gonna check it out.
Mhm.
I think upstairs.
The hole in the ceiling still there, and is Brask able to fit through it?
Oh, we just
Or-
fixed this.
Actually, when you look up, so where Pebble's room was, the boards have been fixed. As when you left, Bertrand was fixing it. He had some men in who were fixing it, so there is no holes there.
Can I jump through and just make it again?
No, please.
Roll me an athletics check.
Do
Oh!
not. No.
Now the door's
You
broken.
haven't
We
got a
holes
hero
in the
moment
floor
like
again.
you usually do, so we'll see how it goes. Pretty one.
I do have a roll of 21.
Jesus Christ.
These boards were fairly well secured down, like, enough for someone like Pebble's weight to walk upon them. They were not expecting someone of your bulk to jump up through them. So as you guys are running up the stairs, you watch as Brass basically you get on top of a table and you just jump up, and you watch as a bunch of floorboards just maybe weren't secured very well, just bounce up
There's
as
a
you
lot.
start to climb your way up into Pebble's room.
I'd like it noted that Brask, like when he jumps, he doesn't realize the hole isn't there.
Yeah, of course.
Chad, you enter the tavern just as you watch as Brass jumps through the roof, and the other 3 of your companions are running up the stairs.
I'm running up the stairs, but I'm going to go to my room and
Yep.
check my spellbook is still there.
So you're running that way.
Ooh, dear.
So you basically run up into the landing, which I remind you is like a dining room table, but it has like sheets over the tables, and then there are doors that lead out to almost like a staff corridor, which runs around the building, which then leads into your rooms. So you, Christine, are going to dart towards your room. That's fine.
I
Pebble
do
and
like
Tali, with
Marco.
well, with your again high perception checks, you start to hear that muffling, and it sounds like it may be coming from Burchard's room.
The Burchard's room.
I thought Burchard's room was.
Tali also would have grabbed the sword from the car. Just saying. I don't want to leave that sword in the
That's
street.
fine. So you've got that. That's fine. You start running that way. That's fine. Brass, you've burst up into Pebble's room. Looking around, there's no Burchard or anyone here, which is fine. Chad, what are you doing?
Guys, would Tali have taken the sword, or would Chad have? But did Tali leave quickly enough, so quickly that Chad would have grabbed it?
Yeah, we could do that. I don't really.
I'm not trying to retcon your choice. I
imagine realistically, Chad probably would have it.
Yeah.
Let's say Chad has it.
That's fine.
So Chad's got
As long as it's not in the car, I don't care.
Not left
Yeah.
on the street.
Chad
What is Chad doing?
Uh,
Your companions are, through various means, making their way upstairs.
Chad's probably going to assume that because he's trying to get the hang of this teamwork thing. For instance, they've probably got the upstairs covered.
Yeah. Okay.
I would like to do an investigation check to see if there's any anything else that I can pick up.
Yeah. Go for it.
Particularly if there are any other rooms coming off this. I'm trying not to metagame at all, but the mention of is it Helga?
Yeah.
That possibly there might be something in a different room. Good old 11.
11. Okay.
Almost
you having
average.
Yeah. You having actually not been there for the initial sweep done by Christina and Brass, etc. You start now rediscovering that there's a sign of kerfuffle and stuff going on. Yeah. But in terms of rooms, there is a room that leads to the kitchen, which you can see the door is open at the moment, where Pebble clearly went. There is a side room, which is the room you were interviewed in, which hasn't been checked yet. So you start making your way that way.
Yes.
That's fine. So you basically run and burst the door open, maybe shout Helga, etc. Brass, you've made your way into Pebble's room. Tali and Pebble, are you going towards Burchard's room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you guys make your way to Burchard's room. As you run in, open the door, you see... Well, you've been here a few times, Tali. This is like an office space. You know that Burchard has a bedroom that comes off of this room. You see his desk, you see those picture frames of boats and the ocean. That one framed picture of his invitation to join Small Mighty. And you see his desk. On top of which there is what appears to be something new. You haven't seen this before, but imagine like an old-timey radio.
Oh.
And from which there's this muffled sound.
Oh.
Baby monitor.
Sound like Burchard?
It doesn't sound like Burchard, but you realise it's repeating.
Someone is buying time with this. But
and at this point, all of you hear the smashing of windows across the pub.
It's a trap!
Christina and Chad, you notice this from where you are. The others don't yet. The windows in the rooms you're in smash as something is thrown into the room. Then something goes as a fire erupts. You hear smashing across around the pub, and then you hear from outside the street, "Move! Take him down! Take him down!" As you hear sounds of people crashing through windows around the pub.
Do we? I mean, okay.
Who hears what? Because
Yeah, exactly.
if we don't hear anything, then I would just be inspecting this radio.
All of you hear this.
Oh, right.
Like these voices are shouting.
Can I get upstairs?
Well, if you open up the Roll20, you'll see.
I would like to go upstairs.
Oh,
You are
can
upstairs.
Can we?
The
No,
room
but-
is upstairs.
Do I show this?
More to my room upstairs.
We'll come to that in a second.
Do I show this on the map?
Yeah.
On the stream?
The map is just black for me. It's just dark. I can't see anything.
If you zoom all the way out,
Sorry.
you have a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm preparing
Yes.
it for the stream.
You don't.
Okay, I guess.
Sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
Fine.
I was just saying on my map, even if I zoom out, I can see his Brask in Pebble's room.
Yeah, that should be all.
Then again, I didn't watch where everybody went, so yeah, I just
Yeah,
leapt through the floor, so that
You
probably
can
makes
only
sense.
see what you can see, based on the various rooms you ran to.
Oh, but that makes the game harder, Adam.
It does.
Ah!
Hey!
Right. Oh, fire! A little bit of fire. Can I center it better? Can I do my job better?
Don't know, can you?
I don't know, man. We've already had trouble today.
Roll 20 is very clever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like a roll
It's
40.
good.
Chad in particular, you actually get to see one of these people who's burst into the rooms.
Yeah.
Slightly spoiled probably the name, but you see a figure wearing this padded leather coat.
Yeah.
Black fur, like collar, long coat. It's padded in places. This guy looks almost like he's beefed up by it. You see there is a rifle on this guy's back, and he's holding what appears to be a truncheon. But most importantly, you see what is a leather gas mask over his face. As
Right.
this man has entered the room. And you see, although not everyone saw it, but a very similar uniform to Splint, the Messer guy you saw before.
Oh, I can.
Right.
That's nice. Not police.
It's not a real
Okay. Magic, please.
We gotta return the donkey.
Yeah, the donkey's down the street somewhere.
It's
Okay.
parked outside.
We just
I'm gonna zoom out.
reorganize
Zooming out
this.
is love. Zooming out is
Actually,
love.
while we're doing this, can everyone start rolling initiative, please?
Oh man.
Oh,
Lordy.
yes! I'm pumped.
Ooh, hello.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's not bad.
I'll take that.
Oh,
Okay, initiative. Oh my god. Where am I?
If I roll a natural 20, does it do anything special to my initiative?
I rolled.
Should we make an initiative text channel?
No, if we do it on
No.
roll 20,
If you do roll
we do it on-
20, automatically
D&D
rolls
Beyond.
for me on.
D&D
Oh, right, okay, hang on, let me do it.
if you do it on no D&D Beyond.
I
Sorry,
just
right.
did it on
Yeah.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, it should
Yeah.
automatically fill into Adam's tracker thing.
Although I didn't
Right,
have it, it might
okay.
not have. We'll find out.
Hey, this is the second floor for the benefit of the chat as well, which we will go to later. Nice. I like panning. Sorry, I'm just having fun. I rolled
You
a
stop
7.
having fun, Unai. You're not allowed to have fun.
But I thought. Okay.
No fun, only trauma.
Oh right, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Right, what did you get? It didn't fill out for me for some reason.
I got a 13.
13, thank you.
I got a little 7.
Okie dokie, let me just change the music. Then we will talk about what's going on. So,
Ooh,
up first,
funky.
Tali. You were in this room, you've heard various smashing and shouting from around the building, and you're also in this room, this radio thing that's still going.
Figure out where, what is my perception good enough to pinpoint like roughly where, like what rooms have been breached?
It seems to be all around the pub. You hear noises from both the east, west, and south side of it. Everyone but the kitchen side.
Is there a way? I don't know the layout of the pub. How do I get from here to my room?
So your room is, you basically go back out into the hallway to the north, and then you pull down a ladder that leads to the back of the attic.
Ooh.
Do that. Tali wants to do that, but I don't know how far it is or like movement or anything. So
So if you basically go
what door do I need to go out of?
to the north,
Like just like
yep, to the north
up.
door.
Okay.
North door.
Okay.
You'll see it again.
I like how the shadows
She-
move. Sorry.
She will set a pebble. Pebble. I'm gonna go to my room.
Okay.
I don't know what else to do.
All right. That's fine.
You can come with me if you want.
Can what does Bevel do? What does Bevel do?
I mean,
Not
he's not.
Pebble's turn yet, so you've got time to
Can I peek out the door? Like.
Yeah.
I
You have a
can't
quick
peek here.
I
But
know you
yeah.
can't peek it, but if you put yourself there,
Is it-
peek
is
out the
it
door,
clear?
there's no one in the hallway. So
Where's the ladder?
if you see where the B is an up,
Yeah.
if you go to that space, you have to use an action to pull it down, but you can basically
Okay.
pull
so
down the
that
ladder.
was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25
Yeah.
to get there. Okay, I pull down the ladder.
Yeah.
Quietly.
And you use your last 5 feet to go basically up if you want.
Yeah.
I haven't actually put a map layout for your room.
I don't even have a room. That's fine. That's fine.
Just because,
How rude.
apart from you, no one else is going up there. So,
Uh,
but we'll say you basically.
oh my
you are up
god.
there. You are up there.
I don't know how this would work. Like, going up because if the ladder's down, it looks kind of obvious that you can go up.
Yep.
But I want to make sure Pebble can follow. But like, can I like raise it a little bit? Is that too cheeky?
That would be another action, unfortunately.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay, then your turn.
What can I do as a bonus action? Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, for now.
Okay. And your turn. It is now someone else's turn. Pebble, in the room you're in, you still hear that muffled thing. You also hear, oh, what a shame you were left alone. And you hear someone drop behind you, who's clearly holding up in the rafters of the room you're in.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So someone is coming. Hey.
You see
hello.
behind you, completely clad in almost like a cat suit made of leather, but with these kind of strange wires crossing over most of their skin, these copper wires over most of the outside armor. What appears to be almost like a bird play doctor's mask, and a leather hood crossed over it. Figure who you can see here is called the Crow.
Yeah.
Drops to the floor like, fortunately, you're on my kill list. And you watch as she just comes running up to you, and with a hand basically goes like a flat palm to you. She's gonna make an attack roll on
I'm
you.
so sorry.
Sorry.
Shouldn't have left.
Pebble, does a 20 hit you?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You're going to take 5 points of thunder damage as you watch the hand
Of what
goes to
damage?
hit you, and thunder damage. As the hand goes to hit you, and as it hits you, there is this more small, like, the wires lead up to this kind of disc in the palm, and there's this localized burst of, like, sound. It goes boom! You just get punched in the gut by this burst of thunder.
Magic.
And I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Of course. 16. It was like tipping over the 3 and between the 3 and the 16, and then it went like clock 16. Ah no,
16
sorry,
is
no,
enough, though.
17.
17. It's still enough though. So you save. So you watch as this blow, kind of a low blow, and it looks like it's trying to destabilize and knock you over, but you end up going crashing backwards into the desk, and it actually keeps you upright. The figure comes around for a second blow, this time up towards your shoulder. That is an 18 to hit, which I assume hits. That's another 5 points of damage. This one I want you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Sorry, Pebble. I'll come back.
8.
8, okay. This time, as the arm hits you in the shoulder, there is a spark of electricity, and you watch as it goes racking through your body, and you find your body freeze up as you are stunned. And it's going to come for one last attack on you, this time with advantage because you are stunned.
Does that reflect in my...
No, but they have advantage to hit you.
Okay.
That is a 13 to hit. Quite low, surprisingly.
Yeah, it hits.
Still hits, though. And that is 6 points of thunder damage, as one last gut punch from this figure.
Cool. It's fine.
Adam, I'm definitely gonna want you to send me the stat blocks for that for that NPC.
Sure.
Definitely use that.
Tally, you might not need to come. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
Yeah. But cool. She leaves you there stunned, and she goes, "We gotta find someone else." And you just watch as she just leaves the room.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's... 1 second. How does the attack of opportunity work?
So when an enemy moves from your space, you can hit them with a melee attack.
The first time.
However, you can't when you're stunned,
Oh, right, yeah.
because you're not allowed to take reaction,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Which is why she just walks away from you.
Does
Apparently,
he...
you're technically in the loft, so you're not going to see where she goes.
Oh, right.
I hear my. Yes. I guess I would have heard that commotion though. Anyway.
Yeah, you would have, because these there's small explosion noises when the crow hits. So you've heard, and then the door opening beneath you and walking away. But not a lot of noise coming from Pebble, worryingly.
Should I add stunned in my D&D Beyond?
Nah, don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Up next, Christina. You have seen as some sort of thing, like a pot or something, has been thrown through the window, hit the ground, and then just burst into flames. So there is a raging fire by the window, kind of close to your bed, which is where you kept your book.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Hey, my book is under my pillow, from
Mhm.
what I remember.
That is what we said.
I'm going to dive for the bed and check the book is there.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so that won't be your action. That would just be a free action. You basically pull it off, and you find yes, your book is still under the pillow.
Oh, well, I'm going to grab that shit.
Yeah.
And the fire is raging right under
At
the
the window. Yeah.
Cool. Have I got anything useful? Ooh. So I'm I am going to cast Spider Climb and climb out the window.
Okay. Yeah. So basically what you can do is, although because the fire is raging by the window, you can technically go sort of up around the wall and walk through the top half of the window. And basically you would be able to avoid it. Okay. Where do you want to end up?
I want to end up kind of on the ground floor outside to sort of
Okay.
get out of the building, but also check out who on earth threw that window.
Okay. So you're sort of on your work journey, will go here. And as you go here, you will see, and hopefully you can see this Verity, across the way on top of another building, you see another one of these figures in this padded white leather with a black fur hood and the gas mask, holding a rifle pointed towards your window.
That. Well, roll 20 is blank, so I will imagine all those things.
Shouldn't be. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, you're on the lower half of this map.
Oh, it's gone.
It's fine if you can't find it.
Technology is my favourite, as it always works, right?
Yay! Roll20 is very janky. It does some cool things, but it is janky. It's alright if you can't.
Always look at the stream.
You can also look at the stream. That's a good point.
Ooh,
The stream
I
is slightly
might do
spoilery
that.
because it shows you everyone's visions, because Unai can see everything because he's the cameraman as well as a player.
Hey, I'm a camera boy.
But it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, it's just completely black.
Alright, look at the stream then if you want to see it, but it's fine. So you basically, as you come out, you see this guy holding a rifle pointing towards your window, but you start walking your way down the building.
Yeah.
You're going to end up here. Essentially kind of... Oh yeah. Well, it is awkward walking outside because your room... The brickwork doesn't lead directly to the floor. Your room is directly above the stable, so actually you have to go down and then there's a jump to the ground.
Cool. Do I need to just roll for that?
Roll me an acrobatics check, please.
Acrobatics.
To see how gracefully you can land.
2.
2. You're going to take some fall damage, unfortunately, as it's not very graceful.
Oh!
You take 2 points of damage as you hit. Basically, you land, and there's a slippery part of the cobblestones, and you just stack it onto the floor. And you are now prone on the floor.
Okay.
Cool. That'll be your turn. Unless you've got any bonus actions.
Cool. Let's see. Bonus. Weapon fighting.
No. You
No.
need to have 2 weapons for that.
Okay.
But no. Okay. End your turn. Chad, it's now your turn.
Before I do my turn, I have got Christina's vision as well as Chad's on my roll 20.
Oh, that might be why I've missed
Just so you're aware.
the wrong person.
So I can see both.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. That's why it's not working for you, Verity, because I said it just silenced your wheel for some reason.
Right, I didn't know if it was. Yeah, okay, cool.
No, that's good. Thank you. We've resolved it. So you should now just be able to see on roll 20, Verity. The wheel.
So this guy he's only 5 feet away from me, so I can't do a charge at him.
No.
But he is hopefully going to regret ever entering this room. because I'm going to close the distance between us.
Yeah.
By going there, and hopefully all of this will go very, very well.
That's the hope.
Can I just check if I wanted to? Can I roll a quick insight? Do I need to roll an insight check to clock that he's wearing this gas mask?
No, you can see he's wearing a gas mask.
What kind of action would it be for me to try and
Pull it off of him.
to try and pull it off him?
I'd say it'll be. It'd basically be a
Would
grapple.
that be an action?
It wouldn't.
Would be
I'd
some
say
kind of
you can use
grapple.
one of your. You can replace one of your attacks with it because as a level 5 fighter, you don't get 2 attacks per turn. You can place one, but it would basically be kind of a modified grapple check essentially.
Yeah.
You'd be
Yeah.
grappling him. So if you want to pull that off, you can do that as one of your attacks.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go first off for an attack on him.
Yeah, go for it.
So let's do a longsword. That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah.
That'll hit. That is 9 damage. But I'm gonna add Psionic Strike to that.
Go for it.
I just press the damage to that, don't I?
I think so.
So that's another 3 damage. So that's 12 damage overall. That should take one of my Psionic power
Yeah,
dies,
but
shouldn't
you
it?
need to tick it off.
Just take that off. So done that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yep.
That is another 25 to hit.
That hit as well. More damage.
What? Yeah. That's 13 to hit.
13 damage.
No, it was 25. wasn't it?
Yes.
You've
No, so
already
yes, 13 slashing damage.
Yeah.
I won't do the psionic power on
That's
that.
fine.
I would like to use my second wind. No, not second wind. What is it?
Action surge.
Action surge.
Yep.
Which is there. What I want to do a shield master shove bonus action, but before I do that, I want to try and grab this guy's. Basically, I want to be like slash, grab that and bash him out the window. So let's do the. Sorry, I'm navigating this on here. That's strength check for grapple.
Yes. So you make a strength athletics check, and he gets to make an acrobatics or athletics, depending on what he's better at.
18.
Wow.
Yeah, versus a 4. So you basically put your hand on this gas mask, basically grab it by like the muzzle part of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna in the process I'm gonna do my shield master shove while I've got that, so I rip it off his face
Go for
as
it.
I'm bashing him out of the window.
Yep.
Do I roll? What do I roll
It's
for
athletics check again. It's the same. It's the same thing.
the shield master shove? All right.
Yeah,
Okay, athletics check.
Basically, the same rolls.
An 11.
Oh, he rolled a 13.
Shield
Technically
master shove.
speaking, because you use an action surge, you get your action back again, which actually means you can make 2 attacks. So the grapple was 1, you can make a shove as 1. So technically now you could use your bonus action to do a shield bash if you want to do a second one.
Really?
Yes, when you do action surge, you get your action back. When you take the attack action, you can make 2 attacks, which means with action surge you can make 4 attacks. So
You
did
do
attack,
2 per action.
grapple, shove. And then because of your shield master thing, you still have a bonus action which you could use to shove. Fighters
Right.
are crazy. So if you
Wow.
want
Can I attack him? No, I
you
can't
can
attack
attack
him
him.
again. I can
You-
just do
Is
another.
the
Or
shield
you can
master
attack him.
shove?
It's a
Does it have
bonus
like a?
technically it's a bonus action, which you shouldn't be able to do between 2 actions. But if you want to do one more attack, I'll allow it.
Is the shield master shove like once per turn?
It's a bonus action, which you only get 1 per turn.
Shield master shove. Sorry, we get into rules lawyering
No, it's
stuff.
fine.
It doesn't say on here that it takes a roll.
It
Is
says
that-
you make a shove action, and the shove action is you do a athletics check versus the acrobatics or athletics.
Right. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. It doesn't. Yeah. Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So hang on. So I've done my 2 attacks.
So you basically with action
I've
surge
done
you
my
have
action
4.
surge to get
you have-
my grapple.
Yeah. So
But-
you have 2 attacks. Then you have an action surge, which gives you 2 more attacks. You use a grapple for 1, and you technically done a shove, which I will allow you to say was your other action surge attack, or was your shield master shove. So it means you can
Oh, it
either
was my
attack
shield
again-
master shove. So I can attack him and shield master shove him again.
No, you can attack him 1 more time.
or Shield Master Shove. I want to push him out this
Yes.
window.
Yeah, Shield Master Shove.
Right, yeah, this is good. I didn't realise that that would give me I thought I only got one more attack. I didn't know
No,
that the
you get
the
your
multi
action.
attack.
You get another action, and when you take the attack action, you make 2 attacks. So
Nice.
it's
Right.
right,
Okay.
we're learning. So another
Oh,
shove.
come on! Another 11.
Well, he might roll low. He has not, however. 16. So although this gas mask is zippered on tight, and as you're basically banging into him with the shield, he's just like, ooh, ooh. He's not having a good time. But
the athletics check that I did for the grabbing of the thing, would that not? Because I won that.
yes, but that's
So
you were grappling
would I
him.
not?
The way you phrased it was you're going to go and grapple him,
Yeah,
and then push him out the window
that's
to
fine,
disconnect
that's
it.
fine,
So
yeah.
you are grappling him, however. He hasn't. You are grappling. He can't move away from you.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, but you currently can't get this gas mask off his head.
Damn, I just want to push him out the bloody window.
That's right, it's time. I will say also, he's looking very wounded after your rounds of attack.
Oh,
Die.
I'd certainly expect so. Yes.
That's fine. Anyway, end your turn. Brask, it's now your turn.
Awesome.
You are in a room by yourself. Obviously, there is a hole in the floor, and you can hear shouts and voices downstairs. But otherwise, you are unaware what's kind of going on around you. Actually, no, say that. In the room directly to the room to the west of you, you would have heard those explosions as the crow was attacking Pebble.
Yeah. So through the gap in the floor, I see anything like other people entering or like the shadows of them coming in the doorway or anything like that?
Let's have a quick look and figure out. Actually, almost directly below you, there's a fire, and yes, you would see some shadows of people moving.
Okay, so here's. I realize there's a fire below, that kind of slightly messes
It's not
up my
directly below you. If you were to drop from the ceiling, you wouldn't land in the fire.
No, but if I were to do what I was going to do, I may take the whole pub out with me.
Nice.
Brass secretly has C4 on him.
Yeah.
Okay, what I think I'll do is gonna cast Entangle through the hole in the ground.
Yep.
Avoiding the fire, but essentially making the whole of downstairs rough terrain.
What is the area effect on it?
The area
20 feet?
is 90 feet or 20 feet.
20 feet. It'll be 20 foot. Yeah. To say like a 20-foot square. If you actually mean the body of the
square, yeah.
20-foot square. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're like center of the pub essentially.
Yeah, I guess like as much as I can towards the door, but yeah.
I'll tell you what. Let me just, for argument's sake, let me just move Brass downstairs so you can see what we're looking at.
I'll be right back.
That's right. Don't worry. I've also because yeah, hold on. You would be here. Yes. Okay. So there should be a second Brass on the map now, and you should be able to see through it. I hope.
Sorry, I accidentally reloaded roll 20. Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay. So in that room where you're aiming for, because you basically get to a square, kind of this sort of size. So that's the size you get to do. Or where would you like to put it?
So where stairs are in the back right?
Yeah, stairs in the back right. Yeah.
And then
the one guy to the south, which is entering. You're not currently.
And everybody else is like outside, right?
As far as you're aware, you obviously can't really see anyone else from here.
I'll do it towards the guy who's coming in.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do it like we'll just do it like that. That's fine. Capture that doorway. Okay.
Yeah.
Does he need to do anything?
Just to make it harder to come in.
Yeah, he's in that space when he enters. Does he make a save or anything?
A creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends.
That's cool.
He got a 5, so that's a fail. He's restrained.
Not.
And I think he repeats on the end of his turn.
A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna put this little web symbol on him. That's fine. Cool. Anything else you want to do? That was obviously your action. You still have a bonus action and movement.
So can I move into the room with Pebble?
No. So if you look back on the lower half of the map, which is the upper floor,
Oh, yeah.
as far as you can tell, Pebble is directly to your west, that room there. So you could try and run out into the hallway and try running your way there, but you might not be able to get there in time.
Okay, I'll go as close to the explosion as I can.
Yeah, okay. So I'll do it for you. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You'd be basically there. So the door to just below you now is the room where Pebble is.
Oh, right,
Okay.
right. So
Cool.
you've climbed up again?
No, he didn't go down.
Oh,
He was peering through the hole.
Right. I got it.
I just put him on the 2 floors because it allowed him to see.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get rid of that now. Any bonus actions? That's all you have remaining now.
No, I think I'm done there.
Cool. It is now the rest of the messes. Turns.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
The rest
So they
of
do
it
stuff that we
is,
can't see, and it's terrifying.
You do hear more shouting across the building. You hear again, and it's kind of these voices are muffled by the gas masks, but you hear them shout, "Move in, move in! Take everyone down, or they'll keep 13 and the Godling alive! Move in, move in!"
Okay. Okay.
That's a problem.
Do we hear that? Do we all
13.
hear-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad, what did you do?
For everyone's benefit, that's Chad's surname. Because it
Yeah.
doesn't appear
Chad
in there.
Prometheus.
Oh,
David.
13!
Yeah.
I thought you said
Yeah.
13 as in the
Yeah.
number. Oh.
Not the number.
No.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
At least they want to keep us alive, Tardy, you know?
Yeah.
Good.
Not the rest of us.
Okay. The one that's on the rooftops that you would have seen, Christina, is going to try to take a shot at you. You see that rifle sort of points down towards you. Does a 12 hit you?
Tell me how to play D&D, please.
So you look at your top of your character sheet. There should be an armor class.
Oh,
12. So it does hit you. So as you kind of stack it and hit. Oh, actually no, because you are prone because you fell over. So it has disadvantage. So let's see, that was better. So it's fine. It hits you. So you hit the floor, and then you feel this pain as a bullet is shot into your back.
Oh, no.
what? Oh,
Jeez.
dear.
You take 7 points of piercing damage as a bullet is shot into your leg while you're laying on face first on the floor.
You guys don't mess about.
No.
There's something. The rarity of guns
Yeah.
in D&D means that, like, a bullet. I'm getting shot by a bullet seems a lot more dramatic than getting shot by like an arrow.
Scary.
Yeah, or
smack.
getting hit,
But,
slashed by a
like-
sword.
Like, you've just been shot, Verity.
Yeah.
Like, oh Christ.
It took 7 points of piercing damage. Like,
Yeah,
in real life, that would be like death.
these are big.
Yeah.
3, who's still grappled by you, Chad, is just gonna try and beat you with this truncheon. So he's just gonna try and smack you around the head with it.
Excellent.
Natural 20 on the first hit.
Oh.
Although I rolled minimal damage. That's 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
What?
I rolled a 1 on. I rolled lowest on all the dice.
Jesus.
And
And
I would like to use my psionic power protective field to
Yep.
reduce that by 1d8 plus 1.
okay, so roll 1d8.
Let's do 1.
If you manage to roll higher than 5, you take no damage. 5 or higher.
Access
Not today.
Which one's a d8? There you go, that's a d8. Roll to everyone. Yeah, that's an 8 plus
Yeah,
1.
you take no damage. So you watch this guy tries to smack you and just seems to not be able to hit.
Can it just like bonk me, and I just sort of just go like,
Yeah.
But this is the thing. He bonks
Look
you
at
with
you.
absolute accuracy to hit, but he
Somehow,
doesn't-
all of the momentum is taken out of it. However, he does make a second melee attack. That is 2 to hit.
how dare he? Yeah.
You're not the only one who can do that, buddy boy.
Whoa.
That was 4 points of damage. So as he's struggling to hit you, suddenly they just like your silent power wears off, and it goes boom. It just hits you at the
Ew.
jaw.
Okay.
Yep.
Um,
I mean, I could do the same thing again.
is it your reaction to do that?
Yes.
Then which
Oh,
case
do
you
I
can
only
not.
get one reaction? Okay.
You get 1
cool.
reaction per turn.
Cool.
Yes. Oh,
So
sorry.
4
I realised
points.
4 points damage. Yeah. I realized I jumped over Pebble, but you are stunned, so you can't do anything in your turn.
Ooh, what?
So
What happened?
I
with
missed
me?
your turn, but you were stunned,
Oh, yeah,
so you
no,
can't do
that's
anything in
fine.
your turn.
Is he stunned or is he
Just
paralyzed? Or what's the
The
other
same thing.
Perfect. Okay.
When you are stunned, you are paralyzed.
Okay.
And when you're paralyzed, it's a pretty
Yep.
stunning thing to be.
Brask,
Sorry.
the guy who's restrained, does he make a saving throw at the end of his turn?
Give me one sec. I think so. What am I looking at? It's their action to make a strength.
Okay, so he's using action to try and break out of it.
Does Pebble get to roll to come out to not be stunned?
He rolled a 4, so he's still restrained. That's fine.
When does stun go away?
It depends on what stunned them,
Okay.
so you don't know. Cool. So that's the end of the mess's turns. So now back to the top round. But I think, considering this is not going to be a quick fight, well, at least it's going to run for a little bit longer, I think let's leave it there today. So, start of a brand new round. You are now in a burning building, under attack from some Mesa agents and someone known as the Crow. And they have shouted
Okay.
audibly to take 13 and the Godling alive. That is where we will end
Luck
this
to them.
session.
Good luck to them.
Oh yes, that too. But
Let me, brosive.
Lovely stuff.
I'm going to turn off the
boy.
music for the outro because it's a bit much.
Oh, do the outro with the music in the voice of that
No.
demon guy.
It's for us.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. It was more Batman than Joker.
That was more Batman, yeah.
I like that.
Next time.
Where are the other subs going?
Halloween special.
But yes, well done, guys. You successfully made your way back. You learnt about the origins of vampirism, and honestly, I've only made it sound more appealing to Chad, I think.
Yeah.
And you
You
have
just lied and told him it was terrible and
Should've
he's
done,
gonna
yeah.
get weak. I don't know.
you're gonna shrivel and die, and oh, what a terrible. Yes, and you have unfortunately run into an ambush at the Five Fellows.
Where's Butcher?
Where is Butcher?
Strapped in a little radio.
Did Helga do it?
Maybe.
Was she working for the?
Well, Helga isn't here either. So...
Yeah, but we as players
Definitely
know.
a
That. My
sleeper
child said,
agent.
"Helga, no." Did she? I wonder.
Either she was a sleeper agent or she got
Right.
taken or killed at the same time.
I will
The
say,
child's fine.
you
Don't joke
know,
about him dying.
you know that across Dowbridge, gnomes and dwarves have been kidnapped by the messes.
Very good.
Now they're upping the game to bigger people.
But anyway, so well done. Verity, who would you like to give the inspiration token to this?
Oh, that's a good. I think I'm gonna give it to Sarah
Hey.
for doing her ritual and giving us lots of wonderful backstory
Yeah.
and at least making Adam do a great impression.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I can't give him the token.
Lovely.
Yeah, thank you. I'm
That-
glad,
what is
glad
that?
you enjoyed it. I know it's been very, very heavy plot, all the plot,
Mhm.
but I'm glad it was
Yeah.
interesting.
So I had to ground you in an attack on your home. You're getting these lofty ideas about bigger plot stuff,
And
and
cool
nah,
swords.
fuck you. Here's the end of your home. Your
Yeah.
surrogate dad has been kidnapped. Go deal with it. Yes, well done. Cool. So yes, and I hope everyone enjoyed watching us today. If you did, obviously you can catch us again here in 2 weeks' time, and we will pick up the rest of this fight and see if you manage to stop the pub from burning down / getting killed or kidnapped. Obviously, if you can follow us on here and you can turn on notifications, you'll get reminded when we go live. If you would like to watch our last session, that is up now on YouTube, and this session will be up on YouTube next weekend. And you can also find us on Twitter at Smitey Games, and you can hear about when things go live, and so on and so forth. And that's it. So we've been Small Mai. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.